we are Tablegoth, a group of very serious tabletop gamers and gothic aficionados. Today, we are here to do a prologue of Cult of the Blood Gods, Styx and Bones. This is what a special treat for everyone involved as we get to meet half of our coterie and get a glimpse into their introduction to each other and learn a little bit more about the Church of Set. Before we begin, a warning. This chronicle will explore things best left in the dark. We will encounter unapologetically evil individuals, supernatural horror, and disturbing bloody rituals. Even our players will be portraying a group with very questionable morals, so viewer discretion is very much advised. Otherwise, let's meet our two players and then jump into this. Go ahead. Who are you? Who are you playing? What are you?
I'm Mandy Morose. I'm playing a character called Camila, and she's a part of the Church of Set.
I'm Ms. Petty Dreadful. I'm playing Freddie Becker, and she is a Gangrel.
And I'm Bully. I'm the storyteller, and this is Styx and Bones. Our story starts in 1991 in the city of Prague, which is right now still Czechoslovakia. We find ourselves at church. Church is the name of an anarchist club. Revolutionaries meet here to have philosophical discourse, thrash to loud music, and find anything you wouldn't want the government or prince to know about. Most kindred in the movement know that this is the place to be, but only a select few individuals are aware that the church is ran by a Setite, with less interest in political movements and more keen on providing whatever advice the people need. What is really offered at church is liberation. Weapons to liberate oneself from a communist regime, drugs to liberate oneself from the mundane toils of life, and ideals to liberate oneself from the shackles of what they thought to be true. A group of Gangrel anarchs find themselves discussing the Velvet Revolution, a rather peaceful transition of power away from communism in Czechoslovakia. That happened in the very recent years. And right now, there's current talks of dissolving the nation into two separate entities. Some Czech and Slavic people may want to claim a sense of identity tied to their borders, but Rudy, the outspoken Gangrel from Copenhagen, wonders what impact this could have on the sizable Romani population, and where they would end up in the split. This is being discussed with another Gangrel, Mina, Freddie's sire. Mina has no interest in passing as anything other than a revolutionary. She has a leather jacket, proudly displaying patches representing a variety of anti-establishment bans and slogans. A dark mohawk rises above her head, which is constantly on a swivel, giving her even more of an avian appearance. Rudy is dressed in loose, grunge attire, draped over his massive frame. His deep voice rumbles from behind a messy beard, his dreaded hair swaying as he becomes more animated the more he talks. The Bear Gangrel, some have already begun to call him, is one of the most comforting presences Freddie knows, and anyone who calls him a friend. But he borders on feral when speaking out against injustice. It feels good to be among such passionate individuals who found ways to turn this curse of yours into a boon for the downtrodden. Tell us a little bit about Freddie. What does she look like? What's she thinking as she's here discussing plans of the future?
Yeah, she's probably not contributing, listening more to it, maybe throwing a word in here or there when she feels comfortable doing it. But never one to like feel at home in a crowd. She's got just like 90s grunge, like flannel, curly, messy hair that hasn't been washed for a couple days, dark at the top with bleach that could use some touch up towards the bottom where the hair straightens out because it's a little bit damaged. She's got some tattoos on her knuckles, the phases of the moon going across. She puts her hand together. And you can see a couple other tattoos peeking out from behind that flannel that she's got, and then just like black, kind of like cargo pants, rocking with that, and some combat boots. Just kind of listening, excited to be there, excited to kind of waiting till maybe some action comes out of this conversations as it gets more and more animated. She's a little more comfortable with that.
Freddie's only been a vampire at this point in time for a few years. How old was she when she was turned? Does her appearance look like that way?
Like 26. She's
Okay.
pretty tall, and she has pretty like loose fitting clothes, but when she rolls up her sleeves, you can see pretty big, bulky forearms peek out. She doesn't necessarily advertise, but they're there.
Okay. Yeah, she looked very much fit in with this rowdy looking crowd. Your table is just you, Mina, and Rudy. There's some people sort of standing around listening. There's very loud music playing, but a lot of individual passionate conversations happening. Camilla's at the bar. Back against it, untouched drink in hand, watching the rabble buzz around with energy is the noise that they call music, blast from damaged speakers. Hansa, the local Setite, pours some drinks as he continues explaining what he knows about that rogue Setite that you've been tasked with finding and cleaning up after. Tell us a little bit about Camilla. What does she look like? What are her thoughts here?
Camilla has kind of a permanent bob. She was turned in the 1920s, and so her hairstyle still shows that time period a little bit. She's kind of fixed it so it looks a little more like 90s, front bangs in the front kind of thing. She kind of has like permanent, like smiling eyes that she tries, to make sure she has on all the time to welcome people. She tries to be the nicest person in the room because that serves her purposes for the most part. And yeah, that's kind of like her person.
Is she dressed to fit in, or is she dressed more like herself?
She would have on like velvet thigh highs and like a burgundy velvet dress, strappy, and then to try to fit in a little more, she has like on an oversized leather jacket that goes down to where her dress ends, like mid-thigh. So a little bit of both. She doesn't need to stand out as like not trying to fit in, but she definitely tries to be herself, and she's important in a lot of ways, so she doesn't want people to forget that, but so she can be easily found, not so much that she's trying to put that on people, but then she also tries to add a little bit of the local grunge to her aesthetic.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't been in Europe for very long. You were brought over here, shipped over here, specifically to track down the Setite. Now that you've reached your 6th hour in the church and are given more responsibility, your social skills only with people makes you ideal for gathering information. At a time like this, and blending in when you have to travel city to city where there's a lot of unrest, which the church thrives in unrest, but still takes a certain time to navigate it. It's easier to incite it than it is to make people trust you and get information from them in the middle of it. So, Sansa, the local Czechoslovakian, continues as he is mixing a drink behind you. So, yeah, I do believe that the Reverend was in Prague, but he certainly didn't use the proper channels. From what I hear, he found a way to meet with someone from the Prince's court, even without checking in. I'm surprised, really, because Vasily he's extremely intolerant of others, even for a Toreador, Camarilla. I assume whatever was discussed went well because he came and went without issue. So sort of listen to this, eyes still scanning the crowd, but carefully taking in his words. You know this is not good news. You follow the trail of this so-called Reverend for a while now, and he seems to be making his way to many cities affected by the fall of the Iron Curtain. It seems like your sire was not paranoid, and that this Setite really is planning something. The Church of Set does not work with tyrants. If this figure has been causing them problems, the various Camarilla princes, you would not be able to meet with so many and live to tell about it.
Well, maybe he's just really good with people. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he's up to something.
Yeah, I wish there was more I could do to help you. I just said I do good work here, and everyone knows this is if you are going through the proper channels. As I was saying, the church knows to send them through me. I've established myself among the anarchs here. So yeah, I'm sorry. I feel embarrassed that I don't have more to offer, but I could just tell you what I've learned after that. He was here, and now he's gone. Where he has gone to, I could not tell you. I maybe could point you in the right direction, but it's not a good time to be sniffing around. As you could see, sort of glancing around, this type, they're riled up. I mean, it's their time, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
A revolution and all of that. The princes don't like it, especially this one, Vasily. I can do a lot more work the more there is for the anarchs to do, but it also brings some unwanted attention here.
How's the prince been feeling in the city with all these anarchs riled up?
I mean, not good at all. The prince doesn't even let Brujas in, even Camarilla ones. I mean, officially he does not know about them here, but I believe my success has caused some rapid growth, and it's only a matter of time. But of course, this is all anarch business.
Mm-hmm.
As far as he knows, the church is nowhere to be seen.
Think any of these anarchs would have any information on this prince? What he
Perhaps
might be?
I found him very useful and very trusting. Some of my favorite groups to work with. Again, I don't have a way with words like you do, so I struggle pulling things out of other types. But it's not too hard to know what they're looking for and get them to talk about certain things. A lot less guesswork with these types.
Pretty straightforward, huh? Well, I like that. Makes my job a lot easier. Do you know anybody here that might be interested in chatting with me?
Like I said, if you're chatting about the right thing, revolution and whatnot, liberation, any of them will listen or allow you to listen. That group who nods over to the table with the Gangrel out-of-towners. I know they had a part to play in Berlin. Up-and-comers, from what I can tell. I think we can make some use out of them, one way or another. I don't know what they know, but they seem the type that you point them in the right direction, you can get results.
I like it. Well, do Do you want to make the introduction, or do you want me to introduce myself?
I trust you to do this.
Very well. Go ahead.
Can I get a wits awareness from each of you?
We get hunger one.
Are we hungry?
Yes, 101.
Three.
Two.
Okay. Freddie, as you're watching Rudy, who's now standing up and talking about, like you said, just getting impassioned about the issues, and he understands the need for cultural identity and whatnot, but he's a bit frustrated that, again, there's this whole subpopulation that people aren't thinking about. They're trying to split it between the Slovaks and the Czechs, and what about everyone in between, where are they going to fall? And they've had success here. The Velvet Revolution, the smooth transition, showed that this country has a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
You'd hate to let something like this happen after this is one of the few examples of a peaceful transition. You're watching him intently, but your eyes flicker over for just a moment as this individual pauses. It's like they appeared out of thin air, though they didn't. There was like a blur in your peripherals that caused you to turn over right in time for them at an alarming speed to come to a complete stop at the table that you're sitting around. You could barely make inner features. You just see a very well put together, bright colors with those sort of obnoxious patterns that are popular at the time. Very much doesn't fit in here at all. The only thing that doesn't really match with her sort of, I guess, almost like preppy going out is she's wearing very sensible athletic shoes, which helps with the speed that she's moving in. But you just quickly just take in this burst of colors and patterns from her outfit and her large teased hair. As you see as her hand hovers above the table and she drops what you immediately identified as an unpinned grenade. She comes in, pauses, drops it. She makes eye contact with you for just a second before she's also, in a blink, moving away.
Yeah. Like, off, and gesturing. I don't.
You're gonna take cover? Or are you gonna do something else?
Is there anywhere clear that I could try to throw it?
The fact that this was already unpinned, if she would have unpinned it and dropped it, you might have time. But she showed up with this unpinned and dropped it. So you have no idea.
Yeah.
Reaching forward.
Yeah, I'm just shouting, like, off, under the table, and I'm...
Give me a dex athletics.
Can I...
You can do the same.
I can?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see as you straighten yourself, you start to approach this table. You don't even really catch. There's a weird blur of movement, and then the girl stands up, starts yelling, off. And then people start hitting the floor.
Toughness, do I have to activate it, or do I just have it? It looks like I just have it.
Yeah, the one that affects your health pool, you already have.
Okay, and then
which one is which?
Toughness.
Toughness you have to activate.
Do I have a second to do that?
Yeah, I will say yes. You noticed that you're high enough with awareness. So do a rouse check.
Oh. Okay. Hungrier. That was a good roll, too.
So you get a little hungrier as your body tightens up. So
that was a better roll. Okay. Thea.
1.
Okay. Being halved, you're only going to take 1 superficial.
Okay. Not bad.
A lot of things happen in very quick succession. She yells off. People start dropping. just more out of a reaction. No one, very few people can even tell,
War-torn
yeah,
Europe.
what the hell happened. But I mean, this is a pretty chaotic time. This group of people are used to shit going bad. This is a group that you yell something like that. They've had these honed instincts to these people have been in battle. They drop you much slower.
It's the thigh highs. It's much harder
That's
to
what it
fall
is.
over.
Rudy, the large, dark man who's just giving his speech, body slams the table, just throws himself on the table, collapsing it, throwing himself on this grenade, and it goes off, launching his body, clipping you, actually, literally sending it projectile to where you just get hit with a boot or something as this giant man gets flung across the room, which you were just approaching the table. You take a bit of a collision from that, stumbling back, but catching your balance. As him, or what's left of him, is just launched, crashing, hitting you, crashing into the bar.
Is my what's it called? Them and theirs going off? Like, are we still in danger?
Yes.
Are my friends still in danger?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yeah, so as this is happening, you guys are, again, just starting to take in what's going on. You can see... give me another wits awareness, actually.
3 or a beast.
7 with a messy.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, as there's this loud sound, obviously, ears are ringing a little bit, music's still just blaring through these damaged speakers. It's just chaos. People are yelling, people are confused, all these different directions, different languages are being shouted out, people checking on each other. And you can see as people are getting up, some people are running into each other, hitting the ground and whatnot. You can see already in the scuffle, Mina is holding, the same woman who dropped the grenade, has a stake that she's trying to press into Mina, who has it and just fangs out. This woman also fangs out. She's just putting her whole body weight trying to shove the stake into hers. Mina's on her back, fighting back on it.
Can I grapple the girl with the grenade?
Yeah, that's your specialty. So add a dice and give me a strength brawl. You, with your successes, you see this. You see some of the people heading out the doors. You immediately peg the best escape routes should things get too dangerous. But even through all this noise and chaos and a little bit of that ringing, you hear there's a lot of yelling, but one of the voices, because it's an important voice, and you've already pegged it, it's already in your head. Hans's voice, you hear yell out. You glance, and he's not at the bar. He's somewhere from behind the bar, somewhere from the back.
I would take off after him.
Okay, so you start heading back behind the smoldering remains of Rudy, behind this smashed bar, shaking off your impact and heading towards the back. What did you get?
Messy 7.
Hey.
Okay, so with that,
I'm gonna grapple her and shove her on, mostly.
you want to shove. She's the one with the stake going into me.
Oh, okay. Then, no, just grapple her off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just with this,
Friends in danger, baby.
yeah, just hair standing up in the back of your neck. The beast in full just alert predator mode. You go in and you just scoop this woman up and just lift her in the air off of Mina, who kicks up and gets on her feet immediately. You take off in the back. Through what passes as sort of a kitchen storage area. They don't really have food here. And you can see a door on the other side swinging. You assume they've just went through there. You can also, so you spot a splash of blood as well. It looks like someone's been slashed with something. You can see it's like against one of the walls, like in a thin splatter, a streak, painting some of unwashed metal
Mhm.
back here.
I guess I'll go through the door. Yeah, just go through it carefully.
Okay. You go. Peek through the door. It is pitch black in here, but you can smell. You just get hit with a lot more fresh blood.
I want to activate Eyes
Oh, yeah, go
of
ahead.
the Beast.
You can do that for free as your eyes shift, become a little more serpentine. And also, you can perceive in the dark. You know, this being technically a place of Set. Every place of Set has an inner sanctum, a place away from all lights, all everything to do these rituals. And sure enough, you can see this was a heavy door. Everything else seems to be sort of broken down and falling apart in here. This door is like a secured, nice door. It still looks dirty, but you could tell this was protecting something private. But you open it up and immediately see into this room dominated, as every inner sanctum has, a statue of the Red God. This black onyx statue dominating this room. Otherwise, this was probably this was like a freezer, maybe. You tell, like, just a straight back metal room with a statue in the middle now, and you can see Hansa with a sword through his chest, and this individual, it almost ridiculous, almost dressed like a modern day like ninja assassin type, completely clad in black, covered head to toe, complete with a sword, but has him pinned to the ground with a sword. One hand has Hanzo's just chin pulled up as he's just gorging on his neck right now.
Has it looked up to see me walk to the
No,
door?
he is fully in the throes of feeding, it seems like, at the moment. Actually, give me
Stealth.
yeah.
I'm okay if he hears me.
Well, if you don't want to be stealthy, you don't have to be. But if you'd like to sneak up on him, you can attempt to.
No, I don't want to be stealthy.
Okay, yeah. So you walk in. I'll say the sound of your shoe on the metal. He does turn back, and you see the lower part of his covering is pulled back, and sure enough, you see the fangs and just covered in blood.
Can I see his eyes?
You can. You could just see them sort of between slits of cloth. So he looks over at you, and he starts to rise and pulls the sword of Hansa.
Oh, never mind.
Trying to do.
I was gonna do Eyes of the Serpent, but it doesn't do exactly what I was thinking.
Stop them in their tracks.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I missed that sentence. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna use Eyes of the Serpent.
Eyes of the Serpent. It's a charisma presence roll. Also, good to know. With your blood potency, something you guys have played with, one with a higher blood potency, you're going to add a die to all discipline rolls.
Oh.
Okay, that doesn't affect anything.
Nope. Yeah, so I don't think you.
No.
Just a
I'm gonna use a willpower.
And I believe you meant 2 with a roll instead of.
Son of a bitch. Okay, 3 successes.
Okay, he stands, sword out. He takes one quick step towards you, and he just stops. So leaning forward, sword at his side, both hands on the blade. Your eyes, already serpentine from Eyes of the Beast, seeing in the dark. Now the slits become even more narrow, hypnotizing. As he has locked eyes with you, and unmoving, it's like he was just frozen in time. He's just staring at you, and you're staring at him. And you know, temporarily, as long as you have his gaze, he will stay entranced like that. Outside, you've pulled this individual off. Mina's gotten up and wrenches the stake from her hand. What would you like to do?
Just hold her still.
Hey, yeah, you hold her. Mina takes the stake and just puts it underneath the chin. Just looks around. What the fuck? Who are you? And why? And she just keeps glancing to Rudy. Or you assume they're sort of behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see usually just this passionate anger in her eyes. You see a hint of concern.
When I see that, I want to just tighten as like an intimidation tactic.
You deal with her.
Take the other hand for the stake.
Okay. Yeah, she hands you the stake, and she goes to rushes to you, assume to Rudy. Give me a composure wits.
Okay. I'm gonna use a will.
Okay.
3.
She says, look, I had nothing against you. This was a mistake, this was a misunderstanding. Let's not do anything hasty, huh? Just let me go. And, that seems reasonable. Seems like a reasonable request. And, there's something entrancing about this individual. And sure enough, you, just hearing their voice, feeling a little bit relaxed. The situation's under control. They seem sorry. You loosen your grip and then turn. And, turns and looks around a little nervous, seeing something. You glance back and you see Mina checking on Rudy. She's looking towards the back, past the bar. Okay, I think everything's fine. She goes to almost take the stake from you. A souvenir. And she sort of pats her hand.
Dankeschön.
I must be going, and very quickly, sure enough, she
Back.
bursts out the front door.
Oh, good. It's ready to go on the
Do
back.
I know what happened yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Back in the back room. What would you like to do?
I have so many cool things I can use now. I just want to use them all back to back to back. I'm gonna slowly walk up, keeping eye contact, and yell out, "Anarchy, friends!"
Okay, back to...
Sorry, I don't think fast enough when I'm talking sometimes.
I've been there, you're good.
We're the comrade now.
I've already thought about that. I almost said that when I was practicing the
just
spiel,
got
and it
them outta here.
obviously it didn't pan out. God damn it! Now I'm all flustered. I just call out to them. We got a live one.
We got a live one. That works.
Damn it.
That
It's anarchy talk. All right. This individual, so able to speak in a low voice. You are not the target. It is best to let me finish what I was tasked to do, and I will leave.
Well, this task is a messy one. You want to tell me about it?
It is not allowed. You could see, they seem pretty still, but you can see the end of the blade just quivering. You could tell they're doing everything in their power to try to break out of this. And it's taking a lot too. You can't look away. You can still hear commotion, you can hear all these things, but you know if you look away from him, he's breaking out of this. So you just make sure just to keep boring your gaze into his.
I mean, might as well just go for the mental maze.
Oh, a little church ascet trick.
Well, he's defiling the temple right now.
He is.
I don't
Attacking
think-
a priest in the inner sanctum of a church ascet. Give me charisma obfuscate.
That's a fun little combination.
Mm-hmm. Charisma, obfuscate, add one for that. I'm gonna spend the willpower.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Okay. So as you focus on transforming this room into a maze in his mind, to this inescapable labyrinth, uttering the words, "You cannot escape," you can sense a slight shift in his aura, but again, he can't move, he can't even look around, so you're not positive if it took hold, but you're looking into his mind and trying to sow confusion and chaos in this. Outside, what would you like to do?
I guess if she left, even if I don't realize what happened, I'd still go over to Rudy.
Yeah, you go. Rudy's, I mean, he's a massive individual, so he really did just completely dwarf this thing, but taking just full damage from it. Just a gaping hole in his torso that seems barely held together even at this point. Riddled with shrapnel, singed from the explosion. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he's at the very least absolutely in torpor.
Okay.
You can see Mina has taken a part of the broken bar, has cut herself with it, and is trying to give him some blood. And that's when you hear someone shout from beyond. We got a live one. That's what comes through. Luckily, not that weird first part.
Or kind of lock eyes with Mina and then head that way with the stake.
Yeah, she locks eyes for a second, nods, and then you go the stake through this kitchen where you see blood on the wall, and you smell and even this wave, very peeling smelling blood, tingle in your nose, stir the beast a little bit as there's this doorway, and you can make out the silhouette of this woman standing before darkness, but she's just perfectly still. You can hear someone step up behind you.
I hope you're here to help, because this one's incapacitated my partner, so... I think you were telling us what your mission was, sir? She's talking to the ninja now.
But all I see is just darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can reach in to turn on a light if you'd want, but otherwise they're looking into a freezer.
Because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't see in this, because you have that. Yeah, I'll reach and see if there's a...
Yeah, okay, so she just sort of comes up, she gets quite close to you. It makes you a little nervous, because, again, I mean, it's up to you. Do you turn around and take this in, or are you keeping eye contact?
I'm keeping eye contact.
Okay, so you sort of brace a little bit as you hear her step in, hear a hand stumble around the wall, and you hit a switch, and you hear the buzz of electricity.
Is it bright light?
You hate the light.
Is it bright light?
Sorry.
As do all in your clan, though.
Mm-hmm.
And what turns on instead is this red light.
Yeah. Good.
Just covering this room in this deep red.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see fine, but not too harmful to you at all. Not uncommon.
I was like, why would... Yeah, I was like, they surely wouldn't have a bright light in here.
Red's also the color of your god. Things like that are quite appropriate, but there's the moment of hearing the light switch, and then Hansa seems to know what he's doing. And you see through this red light, this again, like a modern ninja-looking figure, standing complete with katana in his hand, just locked in his stance, and they're in a stare down. You see the bartender, super nice guy. You talked to him a little bit earlier in the night. Great taste in music.
Yeah.
And he's there just throat opened, and even against the red light, his blood looks black, just pooling out around him.
Yeah, can you help him? Make sure he doesn't bleed out. Sir, I've asked very nicely for you to tell me what the fuck you're doing. But my patience with you is running very thin.
Neither of you are the target.
Who was? And I step forward with the stake. I don't know if he can see me out of peripherals or if he has any.
You're not sure. He isn't.
Like,
he hasn't stopped looking at her. You step up, and he doesn't even like look at you or the stake.
Okay.
So you don't know what the fuck's going on. You've never seen this before.
Yeah, I would be trying to
This weird
intimidate him
fucking
with it,
This
but
woman's clearly a kindred,
yeah.
but you haven't seen this.
He's a shitty accent too, so.
So you step forward. Give me a Dex Athletics.
Oof.
Oof.
Yikes. I'll just willpower again. It's okay. That's still just one.
Okay. You still have toughness going.
I do.
So you'll have it, then you have it again. Taking 2 superficial. As perfectly still, you step up with a stake, and then you just see, again, the blade quivering, and his eyes just shut, and he just swings in an arc, just slicing across your torso and nicking your neck, spilling blood across the ceiling. You just get a splash of it on you, and crazy quick, he takes off for what he thinks is a door. He goes straight to the side. You see him, you get hit with this, you look, you see him, he's going through the motion as if opening a door. He reaches out, opens up, and then looks around confused, sword out, backs up, turns as if opening another door that you don't know what the hell's going on.
Can I stake
He
him?
turns, and then he goes to like run and just hits a wall, and he just seems lost. At this moment, yeah, you walk
I want
up.
to intercept
Give
him.
me a strength melee if you use a stake. Are you doing anything?
You know how like scientists watch like when they drug rats and then they're like, how is this gonna, that's like,
Watching a rat
Yeah.
in a maze, yeah.
and I think it's like one time where she kind of like looks really sinister, where she kind of like lets that go because she's actually in complete control. And
Yeah.
it's like,
You
her
stand
thing.
blocking the only real doorway. That blood streak still just sort of across your face. Yeah, and just
and the
watch
red light.
patiently.
Oh, such a good visual. I love
That's
it.
good. Hoping that's enough in the fucking maze that he thinks he's in, but
So you come, stake out. He turns and slices the steak. Just missing your hand. As you go in, he cuts short. Looks like he tried to take a hand off, but manages just to shatter the steak. Just a bit of a splinter goes into him, but not doing much.
okay, then I would like to grapple him because
Yeah, give me a
he's
strength roll.
moving too much.
You're watching.
Yeah, if I can get eye contact again, I'll try to do something. But
Seem like he's going out of his way not to make that mistake again.
yeah,
6.
Just beat him. So yeah, he comes down again, an overhand slice. You reach up and you grab his hand and then just move in and pinch the wall. You sort of have his sword hand pinned above him, and then you just put your body into his, pinning him against the wall of this weird temple thing. Again, you see this weird Egyptian statue, the only really thing dominating this room. Goes up bleeding out, and then yeah, you now have him pinned there. Anything else you guys want to do?
I want to walk up to him while she's pinning him and hold his eyes open and compel him to tell me what he's doing there.
Okay, give me another grapple.
Okay.
Give me a charisma dominate.
Not as good.
Not very good for me.
We'll use another will. It's just for fun. 5.
4.
Okay. You have him held. He knees you. He brings a knee up, but you just take the brunt of it. You're too close for him really to get momentum behind as he goes to kind of kick you off him, and you keep him held. You come up, you see they struggle for a second, you wait for opportunity and just put both hands on him and peel his eyes open as you look at him. What is your command? Your simple command?
Tell me who sent you.
The prince.
I'll probably spit when he says that.
I know they say don't shoot the messenger, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
gonna
take a bite.
I'm gonna feral weapon. Is
Okay.
that arouse? I think that's arouse. Yep. Throw one of these back. And I'm gonna go for a bite. Oh, I get 2 for that, and I get an extra one. 4. Bro. Or 4.
Yeah, your other specialty
Bite.
shows is fighting people.
And I just
His
want to
specialty as a vampire.
tear his throat out. This is a lot of dice.
Can't let him go home.
Man, you get +2 for 11.
Damn.
4, 5. This was not a success. 6. So that's 6.
So you watch as these very serpentine, like cobra fangs, more so than even regular vampire ones. These things are huge. These elongated fangs come out, and she sinks them into this would-be assassin's neck.
Probably more of a rip than a...
Yeah, are you drinking or are you just...
I'm not drinking, yeah.
And she bites in and they puncture deep, really hooking into the throat. And then she just pulls back with a growl and just opens it up and just spills out. But she's still holding him just all over her. You still have his head, which made an easy target. And his eyes just sort of roll back. He's in torpor.
Can I yank him over and feed the blood to what's his face on the ground? Is he dead?
Give me an intelligence occult.
Is someone deeply involved in a religion? I don't know shit.
She does that, can I pick up his sword?
1 success. It was almost one, but this one didn't
But you got
cooperate.
it.
Okay. What were you doing? Sorry.
I was gonna get the sword and then just wait till she's done doing
Okay,
her
yeah,
thing.
you retrieve the sword. You bring him over and spill some of his blood. To, this. And yeah, sort of get him to start drinking a little bit. He also seems torpored, but he got some of the blood. So if the potency was right, maybe tomorrow evening we'll get up. Otherwise, that's you and this person.
I just point to his head with the sword, like, do we still need him, or...
The bartender?
No, he was very nice.
Oh, the other guy? No. We can't let him go back to the prince. I don't really need him aware that I'm in town.
I just...
This sword, I mean, you're not probably super into swordplay.
No.
But it glides like butter through him. It seems to almost have this weird reaction. Not sure what. Almost like you feel this energy, this tingle in the handle as you use it against him. But it very easily removes his head. As as two parts quickly begin breaking down.
I'll have to redo this whole temple. It's gonna be a mess. Oh well, get another one another time. I'm Cam.
Freddie.
Nice to meet you. I was actually on my way over to talk to you before your friend exploded.
Let's walk and talk. My friend just exploded. And
I kind of drag him with me, like probably like grab his collar and just like.
does he have a bed we could put him in? I feel bad. He was very nice.
Do I know?
The safest place for him is probably in here. In fact, you probably shouldn't really have outsiders in here.
Yeah.
In the inner sanctum like this, so it's easy enough to close the door behind you.
I'm sure someone will find him later. All right.
Hit the lights on your way.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to go here. You head out. You can see most of this place is cleared out. Mina's still there, and she looks to both of you. What happened to the other one?
She. Do I know or no? Yeah.
I mean, you let her go because she asked you to.
Yeah.
Say that, yeah.
Yeah, she said she was done here, so.
He just sort of looks at you, gets up, grabs you by the chin and pulls you in. Almost intimate for a moment. And fuck, she's gotten to you. Find your friend. Can't let her get away with this.
Oh, she's with the prince. Well, at least her friend was. That tried to kill the bartender.
Chopped a man's head off.
Yeah, he's gone. We got that one.
One escaped. Find her.
I'm Cam. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your friend. Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
Sure, be alright.
I need to stay here with him. If anyone, go with her. You know the city. If anyone can find someone, it's you.
Okay. Can I do...
I mean, she didn't really say not to follow her.
Yeah, I'm good.
It seems like, I mean, Mina also wants you to. I'll say it'll cost you a point of willpower. You spend a point of willpower if you have any left.
I have 2 left.
Oh.
You've been
Okay,
using,
okay.
so just sort of, you have a moment of clarity of sort of what happened.
Yeah. Scheiße. Okay. Can
When
I
you
do
find them, she's done something to her. That's why I need you there.
Oh. I would love to play cat and mouse again, so this should be a good time.
It's my favorite game. Can I do a wits hunting? Or wits investigation? To just make heads
you
or
could
tails?
do investigation or survival.
I get an extra one if I do survival, so gonna do that. Or is it considered hunting or tracking or whatever my specialty is?
Yeah, this is tracking.
Okay.
I'll say that counts.
Cool. So 1 extra for that. That's 3.
Okay. Are you going with her?
Mhm.
You two hit the streets of Prague. Probably a good idea, too, to put some distance there just in case others show up. What does this look like? What is it like when Freddy's on the trail?
Probably very quiet, very stoic, just like eyes constantly darting around looking for anything kind of out of place, anything that seems like she's essentially looking for something she can kind of like pull loose. It's not really like a Sherlock Holmes where she's like putting like deduction together. It's more of a like, that wasn't like that before, so I'm going to follow that, where it's like more of like an animalistic looking for broken pieces to put together.
Yeah, just like that. It looks like an animal in the hunt, more so than just deducing things. Yeah, she's very much touching things, smelling things, low, sort of in the street, on the trail a little bit, picking up bits and pieces of You know, she was in that scuffle with Mina. There's definitely a strong scent of just that place even that stands out a little bit, and you just look for different trails. She's fast, so you're really gonna have to take your time to make sure you're on the right path rather than you're not gonna physically catch her.
I want to see if I can find a like near a dumpster or like as I'm walking, if I can see like a rat or some other like street vermin.
Beast.
Because something moving that fast might flag an animal's attention too.
Sure.
To see if that will also contribute to
Yeah.
the speed at which I can find her. That's Feral Whisper.
Yeah, which I believe is a rouse.
I'm not good with the rouses today.
Okay.
Gotta do it for fun.
That's
The
true.
beast gets a little hungrier. I mean, this place is in a kind of dirty part of town. And pretty close to the river too, so there's plenty of rodents and whatnot. Sure enough, yeah, you find an alleyway dumpster. You find some rats.
Yeah.
Rouse the beast a little bit to be able to communicate with them. What would you like to ask?
Have you seen anyone faster than normal?
They have. You get the sense that they have.
Which way?
One. They seem to have found some decent food, so they seem a bit hesitant of leaving it. But after a moment, one.
I'm not afraid of garbage. I'll tear a piece off and be like, "You can have this when we."
Okay, so you make sure they're not going to lose all the food if they leave this to the other rats. So you take it with you as you watch this. This weird, just sort of more like you're not sure, clearly some sort of
vibing.
communication. She's not like making rat noises or anything, and the rat's not like making noises back. It's not like a Dr. Dolittle thing, more of just this weird bestial connection.
Nose are wiggling though.
We're
Yes.
vibing.
And eventually, yeah, this fat rat starts heading down the street, and she follows.
All right.
As it goes, leads you through the city a little bit. Leads you to the Voltava, the river that goes through. Leads you to a bridge. Sort of gets up on the railing and gestures down to where you can see on the other side of a river a boat. It's a small little boat, seemed to be docked on the other side, near sort of like a maintenance area that maybe workers would have to get to.
Okay. Did just one rat come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks at you expectantly for its food. So
I give
gestures to where.
I give it the food.
Okay.
Let it eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then I eat my meal.
Oh no.
I let it have just like one final meal of delicious garbage
Okay. You could
because I'm getting hungrier tonight.
You could slake a hunger. She feeds this rat. You're looking nervously at this large flowing river, watching, and you staring at the water. You watch the boat, and you could definitely see there's a light on the boat. This movement, someone's in there. And then you hear a very gross sound as you look over, and she looks over as the rat tail's flinging about wildly. She tries to make it as quick as possible. You hear a little bit of a crunch as she probably tries to break the neck while biting. And she starts draining this rat.
Well, now I don't feel nearly as weird telling you I don't do running water. Because I feel like we're on even playing field right now. So, but there's someone on that boat for sure.
So how do we get on the boat?
I mean, do we have to get on the boat?
She's on the boat.
And we know that for sure? The rat tell you
Do you have
before you ate it?
like a bird or someone telling you they're not on the boat?
No, no, animals aren't really my thing. But, oh, fuck.
Mm.
I guess if I have to?
Can you do it?
I think so.
Spend willpower.
Yeah. I can, if I really try. God, there's so many rivers around here. Okay, yes, I can.
Okay.
I can force myself to do it.
Okay. And down we go.
I force myself.
Is it a drop?
You'd have to cross the bridge and then drop to the other side. It's a good drop. You can see a little bit further down. It's like a stairway, a walkway, sort of heading steeply down to where, you know, like the bottom of the river, the sort of that maintenance area, or like the, I don't know what you call it, but the boat's sort of just pulled up there. It's not like an official dock.
Are there people
Mm-hmm.
on the maintenance?
No. On the boat, so crossing the river, as you see this, who's been very put together and in control this whole time, clearly struggling, tunnel vision straight ahead, forcing yourself across this running water. As you're glancing down at the boat, yeah, you can see at least a couple people on the boat. Lights are on, probably getting ready to leave very soon.
Do you think you can talk your way onto the boat?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can do it.
I don't think I can do that. So I can meet you there.
Meet me on the boat? Okay. All right.
All right.
She
Are
like
you
try to
okay?
smear some
Are
of the blood
you-
off her face. So
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I love.
Here, let me
Rivers.
get that and I'll get...
Thank you. Manners here are just splendid.
Mm.
She like throw on this like smile. You can tell like she knows how to put on very well, and just pretends not to be terrified and waltzes down there.
Okay. So you're at the bridge. You cross the bridge finally. You don't need to breathe, but you'd like to take a breath of relief. And you start heading down a little bit towards the stairs, you'll sort of loop around and head down to the boat. Your approach will be very obvious, but
I'm gonna use Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Ooh.
okay. So you're looking down. It's a rouse.
Nope.
You're a little hungrier. As you're eyeing the boat, where are you?
I'm in a position so that I can Silence of Death and Weight of the Feather and just...
Oh, nice.
I use
Okay.
all the
So
powers in
you're
the
poised
first
to jump
hour.
off the bridge and land by this boat.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing that, activating Weight of the Feather, changing your bone density a little bit, becoming silent, perched up here. You glance to see where she's at, and you just see a maintenance worker heading down the stairs.
I'm not very smart. Can I figure out what's going on?
I mean, there's not really was anyone else around in that area.
Okay.
So you assume that's her, but
I'll make that assumption.
kind of wild that she's literally just looks like a full, just sort of worker garb.
But I'm weird because I ate a rat.
And yeah, you head down towards the boat where you see one of the two men that you can now identify sort of steps off towards the concrete and sort of shouts, "What are you doing?"
Just going about my business. What are you doing?
"We're leaving."
Guys out for a night boat ride? That's nice.
Yes.
How about you tell me where you're going, and I'll try to compel him.
Give me a roll.
Charisma dominate.
Yeah. So work normally on a typical mortal. Suspect this might be a ghoul.
Yeah. 3.
We're going to lie low. For a little while at least. And get somewhere safe for the day.
City's been crazy, hasn't it?
On with this, you can see the woman that was in there sort of step out towards the back of the boat. And sort of look. The fuck is going on out here?
Evening. How's it going?
Okay, you need to be going now.
Oh, we were just having a little chat about, you know, your resting plans and your trip plans, and you have really friendly friends. The city has just been amazing to me, and oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? I didn't even introduce myself.
Give me wits composure. Oh, I'm sorry. Composure intelligence.
Composure intelligence is less good. Very less good. 2 successes.
Yeah. She suddenly seems incredibly intimidating. Terrifyingly so. Not a very physically imposing woman, but something about her aura, her presence, makes you think twice about even taking another step towards her. I asked you to leave. Leave. You don't necessarily have to, but you can definitely feel like you're in danger.
Well, ma'am, I respect your space, and I would never want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I just really have had the craziest night, and if, we could just have a chat, it would make this whole crazy evening go by so much smoother. Do I know you're gonna come in while I'm talking to them, or do you think I'm just gonna ride the boat with them?
You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, we didn't
Discuss things very well. Forgot to plan.
I asked if you could get on the boat. You said you could. I can also get onto the boat.
Give me a wits obfuscate.
Five. 5 successes.
So she looks. You can see almost like a light just sort of glimmer in her eye for just a second. And she really tries to peer at you for a moment. Something's not adding up, and she's not sure what. She's really giving you a once over. She just seems confused. We're going. She comes and gestures, and the man and see me guarding her just stands there for a moment, and then also just gets in the back of the boat. And she nods to the other one, who then starts the boat.
Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna drop the mask
Okay.
and jump on the boat.
You're just
Because
hopping on?
obviously I couldn't talk my way onto it, and just hope she's behind me, because she's way stronger than me.
Okay. So you don't even necessarily have to drop the
Mhm.
mask. But you
I can just hop
just
on there.
physically hop on the boat, and the one guard immediately grabs you. What the fuck? And goes to essentially gonna try to throw you off.
I Batman down.
You may.
Yeah. Silent and light as a feather.
Made Dex Athletics.
Great.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna just turn to him and Eyes of the Serpent him.
I'm gonna rouse just for fun. It didn't work.
Charisma Presence.
Oh, spicy.
And I That would be my last willpower already.
Your less willpower, but
But I'm not playing for that, you know? I'm gonna spend it. And
4
just
successes.
Hope
Okay.
that she can break me out of this. That's what we need. That's
Oh.
5.
Oh,
That's
buddy.
2.
you go from 0 with 2 bestial failures to 5
6.
successes.
6.
Oh, I didn't say the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot
Ooh,
dog.
that's a comeback. That's a good use of my last
So-
will.
The person grabs you, you just look at him, and he's just locked in place. You can't see it, you get kind of out of peripherals, as you silently glide from top of this huge fucking bridge, break bones, especially landing on a boat, weight of the feather, you just land silently and lightly. It's an open top boat, to where the person you land right on the front, right in front of the person who is on the wheel.
Can I just use his momentum to throw him off the boat?
He didn't really have momentum. He's like standing at the wheel. But I mean, it's easy enough. Yeah, you just land, and he just super fucking confused. And before even anything happens, you hear a splash.
Can you look like him?
Well, it's very obvious you threw him off. It's not like I said. It's a small. You're all right on top of
Okay,
each
that's
other
fine
pretty
then.
much. So yeah, you land, launch him off. The guy's about to throw you off. You just lock into place. The person turns around, the same one from earlier, and looks at you again. Thought we talked about this. And you see her sort of looking around for an escape. As we'll take our break. Be back a little bit. Goodbye. We are back on a boat. Someone just jumped off a bridge and landed like Batman silently in a boat and threw off the driver. Another person has her snake eyes locked on the other ghoul, having him entranced. Our would-be assassin on the boat, looking around, unsure of what to do. Glances at you, make sure you're still under her spell, which you are. Without your willpower starting to fade away, as you once again see her in a very favorable light.
She seems nice.
And then she looks to you, says, hey, leave her. And the person that you, he still can't move, but he seems to not be, you assume he's not trying to throw you off the boat anymore? What would you like to do?
God, I'm not strong at all. I think about trying to throw him off the boat and then realize I don't have the same forearms, so probably won't work out.
Compel.
What about biceps?
No, I don't got those either.
Shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Very slender frame without muscles. Yeah, I'll try to compel him.
You going for it? All right.
Yeah.
Charisma dominate.
And I tell him, I'll work on this before I say
I'm just gonna drink until I'm not entranced anymore.
That's how it works. Grab a rat, keep drinking.
I meant me with rum, but
I meant you with a rat.
Can
Get me a
I
rat.
rouse the blood to be better?
Rouse of Blood will give you a +2 on this thing, since you already have a +1.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, both of you immediately got very hungry.
This just happened.
I'm sorry.
So
I took care of part of it.
Yes.
4 successes.
What do you say?
How about you join your friend for a swim?
And he does just that. Dives in the water off the boat.
Yes.
The woman crosses her arms and looks at you. So what is this?
Well, you exited so quickly. I just wanted to get to know you a little bit better. This city is so fascinating, and the people here are equally so, and just trying to get to know my way around.
What do you want?
To know why you came in and busted up that party.
Who are you?
Maintenance man. That's it.
Yeah, at this point, a big part of Mask of the Face is sort of blending in. Now that you've drawn a lot of attention to yourself and you're being more of yourself, as the facade is going to begin to sort of melt away a little bit.
Just like Cinderella. Well, now you see what I look like. And you're moving a little bit slower so I can see what you like. So let's just have a little exchange. Tell me why you threw a grenade at a party. It's very poor manners.
Manners. Funny you should say that. We find the Anarchs lack them. So we needed to communicate in a way they would understand.
So you're Camarilla? Is that what you guys call yourself?
Camarilla City, yes.
Oh, that's right. Well, forgive me, I'm obviously not from around here. Still trying to figure out the ropes. Just landed recently and been trying to get to know some of the locals, and I seem to have missed meeting you before tonight. I'm very sorry. See, unlike the Anarchs, I try to have a little more etiquette. So, sorry to bust up your boat party here.
Again, who are you?
Oh, you can just call me Cam. I feel like it's a good fit in with the city, right?
Okay. Well, I really must be going, Cam. Where's Joseph?
Oh. Well, I don't think he made it out.
You're telling the truth. Okay.
See,
Surprising. He's quite capable.
yeah, but You left them in a hornet's nest of wound up anarchs, and as you say, they do not have
The Anarchs did it.
the best etiquette.
Is he still alive?
I don't believe so. No.
Is this true?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I cut his head off. I assume. I don't know who Joseph is. I assume there's a man who I cut his head off.
Anarchs.
He came in, attacked our bartender, so.
You must be quite strong.
Yeah.
Would you like to join me?
Yeah, okay.
I'm afraid there's a crowd. Leave us now.
I really appreciate your kind offer to my friend here. Again, extending niceties to the enemy you tried to blow up at her table, actually, just really shows the commitment to uniting the city that the prince has had. But I can't leave yet, because I haven't gotten any information out of you.
And you won't. It's 2 against 1. Not sure how you got the best of Joseph, but...
Well,
here is your chance for a peaceful departure.
Well, as she says departure, I would like to use mental maze on her. Which I don't know how that works on an open boat, but...
I don't think it matters.
It does. It's much harder out in the open.
That's what I was afraid of. And I figure she's pretty strong mentally, so this might be a wild shot.
So if you want it to affect someone who's in either a structure that's just one room or outdoors, you have to spend a willpower to use the power.
Okay.
Spend it all, baby.
Charisma and obfuscate.
And I will...
Rousing blood.
Ooh, I'll be up for hunger.
That's kind of fun, though.
That's kind of fun.
Just do it for fun.
Arouse the blood.
Nope.
Get hungrier. You're at 4 hunger now.
That's okay.
What's your hunger at?
Dry.
Okay. The beast is really
I'll find a fish.
Set's presence hungering within you. But one chance to trap her in her own mind.
That's pretty good.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Just squeaked by. I got a crit too.
I did too. I had a crit.
So, as you see her quite confidently, as she clearly has some hold over this other individual, see her brows furrow in confusion. She sort of sinks in on herself a little bit and starts looking around. I'm not sure what she sees, but as you say, you won't be going anywhere. She turns and finds this true. Seems very confused by her surroundings and just sort of is looking around now. What did you do? Where are we?
Tell me why your friend decided to kill our bartender.
Where are we? Tell me where we are and I'll talk.
Well, honey, you're in the last place Joseph saw before we slit his throat.
Give me a manipulation, intimidation. And what's your presence at? I'm gonna say you can add your presence to that since she's under the effect of mental maze during this.
Okay.
And your last little one line was nice.
She's got the gift of one-liners.
Why don't you sit back?
4.
What else am I supposed to do?
4
4?
successes. That means I won.
Get it together over
I
there.
can't. I'm so nervous.
We trapped your NPC.
No. I can't stay here once I tell you. But I'll tell you if I can get the fuck out of here. I'm fine relocating. Do we have a deal?
Sure. That sounds fair.
Do you mean it or are you lying?
She doesn't know yet.
I hadn't decided.
That means it's a lie.
You know, don't lie.
I mean it. I'm
Yeah,
not
John.
I'm not overly invested yet.
Okay, so you won't have to roll to lie to her. But you want to know why the prince, your anarchs in the city. We were recently informed of the local cabal of Setites working with anarchs. The prince wanted to have it. So we hired someone very good, and I tagged along to help with the distraction. Once we removed the snake's head, we were told the body would follow. The anarchs were collateral. We'll focus our efforts on them soon, but we mostly just wanted to get the Setite out. That's what Joseph was sent to do. I was running a distraction.
Well, I do appreciate your honesty. And I'm just really fascinated of why the Reverend has such a big mouth.
You know of the Reverend.
Yeah, he's been just chatting. Just been trying to figure out why, and well, thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. Now, am I going to be able to take my friend with me?
Yes, you can stay here with her.
Stay here with her.
Yes.
Like, with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Telling her she can stay with you.
Okay.
Oh.
No need to follow.
Okay, I know.
Anything else you need from me?
I don't think so. I just maybe refocus your alliances. Snakes have a way of staying alive, you know. All right.
So he told us.
All right, Freddie. Can you steer us back to the shore? I fucking hate this water.
You're all ready. The boat
Oh, it never
actually
took off? Okay,
yeah.
I thought that since the guy
No.
was at the thing.
He went to take off,
Mm-hmm.
then she Batman did.
Batman. Okay.
Nothing personal. Okay.
All right. I'll hop
Damage.
off.
You take it psychically.
I'll hop off the boat before releasing her. And no, that's a Jordan thing to do. I won't do it. So hop off the boat, make sure Freddie gets off the boat. And
Yeah, she still seems a bit confused.
And then-
a bit relieved.
yeah.
It seemed like that was more easier than she thought.
all right. Well,
Should we
I can't do a whole lot here.
release the effect on her?
yeah.
Okay. Looks around again. That was interesting. Never experienced something like that before. If I ever planned on seeing you again, I'd ask how you did it. But I guess I'm free to go. Yes?
And maybe one day we'll be friends and I can teach you.
Maybe.
Endless possibilities in this lifetime.
Okay. Farewell. And she'll go to start the boat.
Cheers.
I feel like you're about to trap me, and I'm not really sure.
No, I think
How?
I think she's afraid you're gonna trap her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I said it's fine.
I'm fucked. So
Yeah, she waits for a moment. Can I take my friends with me? As you see, they're both just treading in the water. They didn't really want to fully climb up and do anything, but they were thrown in and just sort of waiting there.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know what the prince does
Continue,
around here,
idiots.
but
Yeah, they both
they might want to swim away.
climb in the boat to the back. Takes them a moment. It's kind of embarrassing, awkward. It's kind of hard to get back in the boat once you're out. She just waits, hurry, and once they're in, she takes off.
And we won, right?
how aware am I that like Mina wanted us to get her, but I like her. I don't want to get her. I guess is where I'm at. So I'm just very conflicted that I wouldn't say anything.
You
that's
feel
fair.
more strongly towards her than
Than
Mina.
me.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to kill her.
We're supposed to get her, yeah.
Okay, where you guys heading?
Well, I could use a bite to eat, but I don't think I'll have some of the local delicacies quite yet.
Yeah, okay.
Do we need to go meet your friends?
Yeah, we should make sure Rudy is okay.
Okay.
Okay, back. Sad about Rudy. Have I gotten any spidey senses about my friends being in danger? Okay, cool.
Head back to church. Things have cleared out of almost everyone except your friends. They sort of close up and lock up behind you. Mina's like, what happened? She got away?
We found her, and we talked.
What did you find out?
She wanted me to come with her, but then she said, never mind.
She looks towards you. What did you find out?
Well,
She just
you
sort
guys
of brings you in and sort of pats you on the head. Yeah.
That's what I deserve.
Yeah.
Is Rudy up yet or no?
Well, so you guys weren't the target, so that's the good news. Although she did say eventually you would be because the prince is an asshole, as I assume all princes are. I don't know.
Yes.
I spit.
So
She spits.
Nice. I'm sure I learned it from her.
Yeah.
I'll work on that one. So eventually they'll target you, but mostly it's
Who's-
about the prince,
Okay.
the cams, whatever you all call them.
So we have some opposition. We knew this.
Yes, I figured that was something new. However, before this all happened, I was about to come up and speak with y'all because I need some information. And unfortunately, we got some of that tonight.
What did you learn?
The prince is very unhappy about the presence of our bartender.
Yes, anarchs. You said he wants to kill the anarchs.
Mm. He's not a big fan of
Setite, he said. She said.
religious
Who, the
groups
bartender?
being involved in the Anarch Society.
Of course. Fucking snakes.
I look a little confused and a little hurt.
Not like that.
Oh, okay.
So this was a Setite place. It's... okay. Have to find somewhere else to congregate.
Does that cause a issue for you?
I mean, yes, I'm not going to be gathering in a snake den. Be privy to whatever it is they're up to. I don't trust them.
Wow. He trusted you, so that's the only reason I was going to come up and talk to you.
They trust us because they want something from us. I doubt he trusts. Oh.
I flash my eyes.
Of course. I'm not apologizing.
I'm not going to ask that.
So you're a snake too. So what does this mean? You were the targets, not us?
Well, they didn't know about me until now, so that's a little unfortunate. But, you know, he was a target. There's a rogue character running around to all the princes, tattling on those in the city, in the various cities. And he gets to come and go from the prince's strongholds as he wishes, because he's, no offense, but he's a rat, so, in the worst sense. Not like your friends.
They're not, well, they're fine.
Okay. I just, etiquette, you know, that's...
I don't know who this person is, but it sounds like a Setite problem. We have, and no offense, as we seem to be saying, pretty big issues to deal with. Revolutions, governments to topple, people to save. If the snakes are chewing their own tail, I appreciate you helping tonight, though I'm assuming you did it more to help your own than to help us. I'm glad our goals aligned this evening.
That's fair,
Wish
that's
you
fair.
luck in your future endeavors.
Well, I think we have some mutual interests here.
How so?
Once they're done coming after us, they're going to come after you. So, as fellow revolutionaries against the bourgeoisie, I think we might want to partner, as it were. We let you all do your thing, rally and protest and
As if
take
you
care
could
of
stop
people.
us.
No, I mean, we have no interest in stopping you. Liberation. We obviously don't agree with the Camarilla, and part of it is we don't want dictators telling us what to do.
What do you want us to do?
Help us. Will you help us? We help
With
you.
what specifically?
Well, I'm kind of interested in finding this Reverend, and then we can both kill a snake.
Where's the Reverend?
I don't know. We hoped you guys could help us find him. Which is why I was...
You found her. Did you ask where he was?
No, I forgot. I did confirm that that's where she got the information about my friend back there, but I forgot to ask that part. So, next time.
Did the other one survive?
The other snake?
The other one, assassin.
Oh no, she chopped his head
I
off.
took his head off.
Let's talk about this tomorrow then. I have no leads. It sounds like you've eliminated both of ours.
Yep.
But perhaps we'll see. Give me a charisma persuasion.
Yeah. Persuasion. Four successes. All my blood died. That's lucky, right?
It's getting late. Are you staying here?
I mean, I feel like it's a little compromised. Could I crash your place?
Are we
Sure.
crashing here?
Yeah, let's find somewhere safe to hunker down. We'll talk about this tomorrow. What about your friend, the bartender?
Oh, I should probably check on him. I'll go check on him.
Still torpor.
Yeah, so he's down for the count, I think, right now. Can we bring him with us?
If you wish. Although, it's up to you. You'd be leaving a potential place of worship if anywhere else were to stumble upon anything, but also if it is compromised, not much you can do about that during the day.
Yeah, I think I'll have to hedge my bets and come back the next time, clean it up, get it reset.
Okay.
I go to, as we start to leave, I go to like pick Rudy up, and I just say, "Stupid idiot!" I kiss him on the cheek, and I pick him up and start to lug him out.
He will. I think he'll be okay. Hopefully, both of them. She'll look at Hans as well. Come with us. We'll talk tomorrow. Yes, we'll head to pretty rundown apartment block where you've procured a room from a local fellow anarch. Pretty cramped, pretty gross. You've crashed at worse. You all have your day's sleep there. Unless anyone wants to do any healing before they go to sleep.
No, not a chance.
Okay.
And mine's all superficial.
So to heal, yeah, you have to physically heal superficial, or you have to actually mend the blood, mend the wounds to heal superficial. It doesn't. Something we did in our other game.
That's
Turns out
wrong?
it's just for mortals as they get their stuff back in superficial damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. We would have been in torpor more often.
We would have been dead so
Yeah.
many times. Okay, so what do I have
Teaser
to
for
do?
those who watch Taste of Youth.
We fucked it up.
So you have to like purposely heal, essentially.
It's
You rouse the
intentional
blood,
healing.
and every rouse heals 2 superficial.
Okay, I'll do that. I get hungrier.
You're hungry, but you heal 2 superficial. Yeah, it's written in the book to where like it's the first paragraph about mending or about superficial damage. But it's why do they even tell you how mortals heal before it? Like I don't know.
It's okay.
So I think I skimmed over that. But now you all suffer for it.
Can I find a... Is this where we've been sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just feed a little bit from my snake?
No, an animal doesn't have
okay.
like you drink one from them, they're dead.
I didn't know if my familius was different because it says I can drink from it to get.
Yeah,
skill.
it kills it though.
Okay, then I'll find another guy.
You'd have to drink from like I think a horse-sized thing is where it
That makes
starts, so
sense.
you could drink from more than one.
That makes sense.
If you want to go looking for some
A
more
horse?
rats, you can do
Survival.
so. Yeah, sure. Give me survival. Wits.
Cool. That's great.
Okay.
You gonna try to feed before sleeping?
Yes.
How?
I don't know.
Is this hunting?
Hmm?
Is this hunting?
One and a beast.
That's one and a... Oh, 2 and a beast. Just
Two and a
kidding.
beast.
2 and a beast.
2 is more than enough to find a rat.
Poor
It's
rat,
like-
though.
It's like 1. That's all I can say, though.
You don't have your thing yet to
I
wear.
thought I had none.
Yeah, obviously you don't really have any followers necessarily here, but you can't. Bars are open all night here. You might be able to stop in and quickly chat someone up or seduce someone, depending on what angle you want to go.
Yeah, I would. I'd probably have
Sorry.
a little bit of product on me, and I could awe someone, like chat them up, give them some drugs to help entice them towards me.
It's like sort of get him somewhere secluded to where you could do a deal and then use the opportunity to feed. Yeah, give me a manipulation streetwise.
Three and a beast.
3 is fine. With that, you can pull someone aside, and assuming you want to feed from them without doing any serious harm, you can feed 2. Alright, so that happens. Eventually, I'll make it back to the place, sleep, wake up, do another rouse check.
Can we do it just for fun this time?
Yes.
No, we can't.
2 failures. Okay.
Did you get a beast as well?
I didn't.
Oh, damn.
So next evening, all of you wake up, including Hansa and Rudy. Assuming you can fill them in on what happened. Hansa would say, I appreciate everything you've done for us. I think it is good, especially if this person's now selling us out, that we get answers. And you've killed one of our leads and sent the other away. But I have things in the sanctum to where I can. Being dead doesn't mean I can't get them to give us information.
Music to my ears. Also, I'm glad you're feeling better. I was very worried.
I feel like awful.
You feel awful?
I mean, look at me. I mean, he's still in terrible condition,
Well,
but conscious.
yeah, I mean, is your throat still open? No, it's better. Okay. That's good at least.
I don't like being attacked like that. That was Banu Hakim. That was the real deal. Someone really wants us dead.
It's got to work on
Do
his
you
mental
have
thing.
anything of theirs that I can use to summon it?
Oh, there was that crazy sword that
have
you
the sword?
used on him.
It's in
Did you leave it?
Yeah, I left it. Yeah. In the
That was a beautiful.
sanctum, you called it?
Yes. It's a mess in there. We're going to have
You
to
recovered
sort
the
that.
blade. No, that's usually very important to them. That should work. So let's
Excellent.
waste no time.
Okay.
We'll head back
Mhm.
to his little bar of the church, which is still a mess, but doesn't seem like it's really been investigated. Seem like the police don't really care about places like this, or don't really have much of a need to investigate strange noises and ruckus. It's par for the course, as long as it doesn't spill out to more civilized areas, which it didn't. So you go, and yeah, the place is still a mess. Still explosion marks, still a destroyed bar, still blood and splintered wood. Head back to his sanctum room, to where there's the ashen remains of the Banu Hakim jutsu, and a sword still there.
Excellent. A little worried about that for a second.
I wouldn't have taken it.
I thank you for what you've done, but this process.
It's very sacred,
Yes.
is the idea. But there would be nothing that would bring me greater pleasure and fulfillment than to share with you a little bit more later, if you like.
I guess if you think they're worthy of witnessing, is something you're curious about?
She's part snake already. I've seen it.
What?
Yeah. And do the. Oh, I have to rouse to do that. I'm not rousing right now. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I mean, I like snakes. I have big teeth, like a snake.
That's part of our motif. Are you interested in? Have you ever seen someone contact the dead?
No.
Would you like to see?
Yeah. Okay. Is
I mean, if
Mina
you don't
with
want
me?
to, you don't have to.
Or is Mina? Did Mina and Rudy?
Yeah, they're still there. She seems to still sort of checking on him, who's still very bad.
Yeah, I would have like given him like a very like gentle berating, like stupid jumping on a grenade. This is just like
You're welcome.
Lynn. Yeah, thank you. And I hug him.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe it's not such a bad idea to see what they're up to. Answers are what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I trust them to share them with us, but if you're there to witness it yourself, if you're comfortable with that.
this is good. Yeah. This is okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, she's tough, she can handle it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Auf
spit.
Deutsch? No,
It's like,
you'll-
just
you teach me this, I'll teach you when to spit.
spit. Okay.
The guy's apartment is this. What the fuck, man?
Oh,
I live here.
Don't.
smeared in with my shoe a little bit. You
Oh,
can't.
get a towel. What
It's
is
worse.
It's. You said it was messy. It was just me. Anyway.
It is his mess, not your mess.
It's clutter. It's not spit.
I get a
To
towel.
be fair, I thought we were at the bar.
I thought we were at the bar already.
Your word until you spit.
So
Um,
now I'm
teleported
really
back.
concerned.
I get a towel.
no, Mina and Rudy would stay back. So they do that. They send you all to
I spit
Okay.
outside.
the bar.
Does
Go there.
church have a V for the U?
It's not the band.
It's 2 V's, like the witch. Church.
Church. So yes, you go to the freezer, the red light. So it's just you three, bloody mess of a corpse. Closes the door behind you. And he's still looking. You're strong. You move that gesture to the statue.
I move it very easily.
Yeah, you shift it, and underneath seems to be sort of this hidden compartment where we'll pull out sashes of red and green. Colors of the church. He hands one to you. You adorn it. He places one on himself. He sets out some incense. Brings out a ceremonial dagger. And begins the ceremony. You watch as these two ritualistically begin to prepare this. They speak in what you assume is Arabic. Starting these chants as incense starts to fill the room. The hum of that red light still just sort of covering this area, but starts to become odd and distorted underneath the haze. They takes the sword, cutting himself with the ceremonial serpentine dagger, letting drops of his blood go across the length of the blade. This blade seems almost absorbed in a way. And after that, he stops, forms another ritual, cuts his other hand. So he lets drops of blood start dripping. Not on the blade, but leading up to the blade. But each drop of blood that hits sizzles and sparks on the ground like acid. As he's squeezing his palm, letting this acidic blood drip towards the blade and stopping. As his eyes go white and he begins screaming out. What you can understand are threats, as he's threatening this blade, threatening this fetter, threatening this thing important to this individual. Before you see in the dried blood that's starting to coagulate that was spilt in here, you would see written out the word wait. We have his attention. What do we want to know?
Where the Reverend is going? Who he's connected with? I don't know. There's a million questions I've forgotten to ask.
Where is the Reverend? And it looks like someone's, again, just writing in the dried blood with their finger. Write out Rosalie's garden. Do not have many more questions. What else do we need to know?
I don't know why he's selling out fellow Setites.
You didn't ask that. writes out the word domination.
That's the obvious. The opposite of liberation, so that's
Is this
concerning.
exchange happening in English?
Mm-hmm.
Find out where the woman at her safe house where she would lie low.
The one I let go. Where she might be.
Why do we need to know this?
She knows your name, she knows my face, she knows I killed him.
Fair. You would ask, where's the woman that was helping you? And you get a question mark.
So they didn't establish a place to hide.
I assume they thought they would not need to hide. The light sort of flickers back to normal. It's a more normalizing presence in the room. That is all we'll be getting from him. Hopefully it is enough.
What's Rosalie's garden? It's not local at all?
No, it is not.
Well.
Rachel had a thought, but Rachel has more than one dot in intelligence.
Find this out and we can find where he is. Will you be helping us?
Yeah.
Good. We'll probably need it. Let's take the night, do some snooping, figure out what this is, and go from there. Prague is Prague. We need to find the Reverend first.
Alright. Maybe your friends have some knowledge of Rosalie's garden.
Yeah. Perhaps. Let's go back to the apartment and we can ask.
Okay.
I don't know this place.
Yeah, you head back and it's nothing they've heard of. You're unsure.
Do you have any other connections in the city? Any other Setites that might be in danger, potentially, either?
Any other Setites?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sort of, I have a lone operation going here. I mean, I have mortal recruits and informants and whatnot. I can put the word out, see what we can find.
That might be a good place to start. It does seem...
Right, go ahead.
It does seem kind of odd that the prince would send a big-time assassin for just one.
He's a Toreador and he overreacts, overdoes things, quite dramatic.
Damn Toreadors.
And I've never known the Banu Hakim to admit who sent him. Not sure what you did to get that out of him.
Oh, buddy.
Well done.
His brain is scrambled. He's probably happy to be dead.
Usually it's a very safe bet to send one of them. So if they fail, which is not often, it will not be revealed who sent them. But, yeah, we can work with this. You take some time. I have contacts. I should be able to, if this is anything local, I'll be able to figure out what it is. Take care of yourselves. Rest, it looks like you might need it too.
I'm cool.
I can always rest.
Is there anything you want to do in the meantime?
Go feed again? Just find...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend the night feeding, you can do that.
I'd probably head out of the city a ways to find some bigger game.
I mean, you can feed from multiple rats if you're taking
that works
the
too.
Just
night to
a
do so.
rat buffet.
Yeah, I was just thinking it might be nicer to go
Just
out
line
to
'em
the
up.
woods and find like a wolf.
I mean, that's very possible too. Whatever
Yeah.
you'd like to do.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that to clear my head, especially with the like mental
Mm-hmm.
stuff that happened. Just get a clear head, get out of the city.
Okay. What about you?
I could also feed. But I like to get to know some of the nicer sides of Prague, where I could have a little more success in peddling my skills, where people care if I flatter them
Sure,
constantly, and just kind of get to know the area.
Okay. So if you're spending the entire night making sure you focus on your hunger and feed potentially for multiple victims, we can do that. Won't be too hard.
Cool.
Give me your survival wits, and you, if you'd like to take the flattery route, give me a charisma persuasion. Get add one for flattery. That is your specialty.
Oh, I forgot to write that down.
How much hunger do you have?
4.
Okay. You could get it down to 1. It's a long night of, I mean, hunting takes a little bit, but you eventually find some larger game on the wood that you're able to, speaking to other animals, sort of tracking them down with your own skills, as well as using some of the creatures, eventually feeding. You're mostly content.
And then on her way back, any like garbage she sees or like litter or anything that's
Gonna eat it?
No, she's gonna pick it up and like throw it away correctly
Okay.
to try to give back what she took.
Okay.
I got 5 successes.
How hungry are you?
3.
So yeah, if you would find a nice place where your natural, beautiful looks and your way with people and flattery, you're gonna do well. You find a like a hotel bar towards a lot
I do well in hotel bars.
Yeah, you do.
Historically.
You got a good track
Rich
record.
tourists coming through and able to sort of do what they want.
Probably some asshole Americans I know how to
Absolutely.
make connections with, and
Yeah,
they hear my
I
stupid
mean, yeah,
twang.
it's officially not communist. Now all the businesses are coming in to try to take advantage of that. And you, in turn, take advantage of them, feeding from a couple different people throughout the night, and getting your hunger down to 1 as well.
In the spirit of prologue, I don't know that we'll have time, but would there be a chance to get my retainer during this? Or do we need to wait?
What are you looking for?
It would potentially be a ghoul. My first ghoul.
Oh.
Vampire the Masquerade
baby's
player.
first ghoul.
I know. I would want like a like young female, like go get 'em, kind of, spunky personality.
Like an 80s businesswoman.
Yeah, or like what's her name from Devil Wears Prada? The assistant.
Moran. Oh no, Emily.
Emily, but nicer.
Are you
Slightly.
wearing? Does she have boots?
Yeah. So
I feel like this bar could be a good place to find.
I'll say
Potential.
after your first victim, you come back down. You're pretty hungry. You don't really beat around the bush. You make quick work of coming off a little forward to make sure this person's eager to go up to the room.
I'm a
so
brash
they quickly
American.
feed. Before moving on, playing a little bit of the game more with the second one, eventually leading them up. And yeah, so finishing feeding off of them, they're in the throes of this, the kiss, the feeding, sort of in this trance. You enjoying all the emotions you put into him before draining them out of him. Yeah, almost you probably wouldn't even hear. His assistant probably keeping eyes on you. She was there, drug along on this work trip. At first, happy that some other woman was flirting with his asshole, so she didn't have to deal with him. Thinking he took her on this work trip, thinking something would happen, and she's determined that it won't. So you at least gave her relief from one of the nights. But there was something off. something, and she's pretty keen, pretty observant, and decided to follow you. And of course, he already gave her the room key, just in case she needed anything from him.
Yeah.
And she used it to get into the room and catches you feeding.
Well,
As yeah, you barely can hear as she takes a step back to leave, but the door, those doors automatically close, and there's a click, and the door closes right behind her before she catches it. She looks back and sees you rising from the bed, probably still fully dressed, maybe unbuttoned a little bit, but blood all over your neck and chin and mouth.
I usually try to get to the point of the situation without them unbuttoning my clothes, but he was pushy. I'm sure you've had to experience that. What's your name?
I don't want any trouble. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Oh, I'm not worried about you telling anyone. I just genuinely was asking your name.
Edith.
I'll throw up awe to try to make her a little more comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, she seems a little more relaxed, but still pretty shook by what she's witnessed.
Your feelings of being uncomfortable are pretty standard and fully expected, but Edith, you don't have anything to worry about. Now, tell me about what this asshole dragged you here for. Ends of the earth.
We're here to the corporate law. We're dealing with some of the transitions in the government to set up businesses. Is that what this is about?
Oh, no. Not at all. He was just really annoying, and I figured I might as well knock him out for the night so you didn't have to worry about him. So you're interested in, the structure of how things work and kind of influencing them. Being a part of them, at least.
I guess to be honest, we mostly just find loopholes on how things are, workarounds on how things are supposed to work. And make sure they work for us. I don't know. If we're working for the wrong people, if this is about a deal or something like that.
God, Edith, no.
I'm bottom of the totem pole. I mean, I do all the work, of course, but I mean, I'm not the one you want. You got the guy you want.
Well, you seem very smart. So, in that sense, I did get the guy I wanted. But I might have something a little more tantalizing for a woman of your strengths, and honestly, you're holding it together so well. You deserve any job you want, because this obviously is a little unusual. But what I'm trying to say is that if you really want to get ahead, get recognized for your work, and prove that you're better than all these assholes, I have a job for you.
What's that?
Like his assistant or something. Paralegal. So you work and get paid a fraction of the amount, and you get harassed by dicks like him all day.
More or less, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sound like your mama's pyramid scheme, but it doesn't have to be like that. I'm looking for someone who can help me throughout the days, who knows their shit, and doesn't take shit from anybody. And Edith, you strike me as that type of woman, so I'd like to offer you an opportunity to experience another side of the world. I don't know where else I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
And this can
Yeah,
stretch
so
out to another
at
time.
this, you can see where it's a crazy experience. But like you picked up on,
Mhm.
she keeps her composure pretty
Mhm.
well. She was able to bring it in. Even
Mhm.
I mean, you're all helped
Mhm.
with and this, and then yeah, we can say you use the remainder of the evening to start speaking to this young paralegal, maybe offering her services to help you. Okay. So the feeding happens. You hunt and get back to the forest. You drain dudes and steal their secretaries.
Fucking
Hell
patriarchy.
yeah, dude.
We reconvene. Where? I cannot remember this dude's name.
Hansa?
Apparently, it's the most popular, or was the most popular Czech male name for the longest time. But I should
So
have
you
picked
named it
one.
after Sasha.
Hansa. Yes, you reconvene toward the end of the night. I've found it is it is a yacht.
Another boat.
There is a group has already left. Not the prince himself, but his seneschal, not seneschal, Harold has went to Italy to board this. Apparently, it is they working with Giovanni. Own this. What's the name of a boat? The Giovanni own is taking them to what is it called? The Hall of Crimson Doors. It's the place for them. Apparently, this is talking to some other ghouls who work around. Apparently, he's trying to gather a lot of influential camarilla, which we don't do unless, like I said, unless you're fucking them over. It seems like he's gone rogue. He's consolidating power to help the transition from communism to oligarchy. Which, I mean, suits the same people who were in power. If anything, it makes it easier for them. Not quite our values. And from what I understand, not the Anarch values as well.
I've been trying to convince them that we have very much the same interests.
Which normally you can go back and report this, but I think it might be best to get more involved, especially if we have willing help to maybe show up, do something about this, talk to this reverend, make him see that it's best to liberate people. It's best to be free of these shackles and to turn from tyranny, not to help establish it.
Yeah, we didn't take the wall down just to build up different ones.
So what he seems to be trying to do is a vacuum of power that he's trying to take advantage of. And he's using the chaos of the revolutions to thinking we wouldn't notice. So it seems like we're winning, you know?
He's using all the church's tactics, but just for his own devices.
Which is,
It's shocking, actually.
yes, I'm not sure how one has connected us in straight so far. The path.
Well, you think your friends would help us?
Mina will say, Rudy's in no condition to go with us.
Yeah.
Understandably.
But perhaps him and your friends can look out for each other, and I'll join you too. Take a trip south.
This is good.
Hanso says, I've got new tickets on the train already.
Get to travel around Europe. That's pretty exciting.
Very, yes. For an American, I'm sure.
Yeah. This will be very new for you.
Isn't that nice?
I know you're being condescending, but I'm going to ignore it because I'm excited. And I'm going to make this trip great for you. I'll show you the ropes. I'll make connections. We're gonna have a great time.
You will show us the ropes of Europe?
No, of people.
And for dealing with our kind, it's good to have one of us to navigate the intricacies.
And it's good to have some muscle.
This is true.
And match made in heaven.
I love this already.
As we'll take a break. Goodbye. We're back
Yay.
in Prague.
I thought we were out of Prague.
No, you have tickets out of Prague.
Okay.
Ooh, if we make it out.
And now we're out of Prague.
Congratulations, we did it. High five.
We have Camila, Freddie, and Freddie's sire, Mina, heading by train to the Adriatic coast of Italy.
Do you have Fred?
Yeah, friend.
And like a little leather
Yeah.
carrier?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a weirdly fancy briefcase.
For
Love it.
your boa constrictor.
Yes.
Okay. Heading towards Rosalie's Garden, which you now know is the name of a Giovanni-owned ship, which will be taking individuals to the Hall of Crimson Doors, where the Reverend is apparently meeting with individuals to plan some stuff. And that's not what the Church of Set does.
Not like this.
Sure.
So on the way, it would probably, this is pre-Euro-Rail, isn't it? I'm going to say you have time to heal and do what you need to do.
Cool.
You can heal, you can feed. We're going to be showing up to this little, it's just a little Italian town on the coast. Showing up fresh. Just the three of you know. Upon your arrival, what would you like to do? What's the plan? You don't really know much about this vessel or the island. There's a lot of unknowns.
Do I know very much about the Giovanni at all?
Giovanni. Give me an occult intelligence.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay, then don't. It's okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
You can do politics instead. Kindred politics would sort of make sense in this.
Is the boat on the ocean? I feel like that was like a dumb question, but I don't know what rivers are in Italy.
One and a beast.
Beast.
So.
I mean, there. Italian necromancer, mafia, whatever.
It's probably exactly how it runs through my head.
Don't know much beyond that.
Okay.
Independent.
Yeah. Well, okay. Which is why it's weird that they're like fucking around with the Camarilla. Maybe there's a long con going on.
Get on the ocean?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not comfortable on boats. Technically, this is also moving water, but I like to
running water.
Interpret the running water,
Rivers,
folkloric
streams.
bane as more of something. It's physically something you're sort of crossing rather than being on like especially like a bigger boat. The more it's like you're in a building is the better. Because then otherwise, flying a plane across the ocean or a boat across the ocean. So I'm going to say you're probably not comfortable, but nothing that's like a folkloric block, like the river in Prague or anything like that would be.
I mean, it's not my favorite thing, but I mean, as long as I don't have like white rabbits on there or whatever, we'll be fine.
You don't like bunnies?
That's not. I mean, not really. Stew, excellent, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so the Giovanni, I'm just trying to figure out the connections here because this is getting real complicated, and I, to be honest, don't know a whole ton about the politics of what we are. But the Giovanni are independent from the Camarilla, and Church of Set is independent from the Camarilla. So the whole power dynamic here, I'm not really sure on. Why are you laughing at me?
Oh, relax.
It sucks. I'm
cute.
sorry to the viewers at home. But yeah, I don't really know a whole lot. I'm just really confused more than anything.
Mina, do you know about this?
Giovanni?
I mean, they're kind of like you guys. At least I see it. If there's money involved, if there's something in it for them, they'll play along. Being independent, not standing for anything, they're able to sort of do what they want. So I'm sure they found someone to. I'm sure they have something to gain from all this. I don't hold them in high regard.
Who do you hold in high regard?
People who stand for something. Anarchs. People who are using what we are to better this world.
I like her. She's got some gumption, and
She's very good.
I like it. Alright, so what's the plan? Per se?
We're in your territory now. We gotta sneak aboard a vessel and I guess get onto an island.
Are you in over your face, how they say now?
Head.
In over your head.
That's your head.
That is exactly what they say.
Me and Freddie here can things get hairy, we'll get hairier. But if we're trying to come in, if we're trying to do a hostile takeover of the ship, sure.
We can do
help with
that too, yeah.
If that's what you prefer. If you can charm your way on board, and you have a bit of charm to spare for us too, perhaps we can get in there more quietly. It's raising an alarm.
Yeah, I mean, a whole boatload of kindred might not be the best scenario to try to perform a hostile takeover.
That's what I was thinking as well.
So, see, we'll make good allies. This is gonna be great.
So we talked to the Reverend.
I mean,
That's what I'm wondering. What's the plan once we meet this Reverend? We kill him, yeah?
probably.
That's all I need to know. As long as you have no qualms about us dealing with this snake.
Yeah.
Again, no offense, I guess, to either of you, but yes.
I mean, he's a snake figuratively, so I'm fine with that.
A snake of a snake.
Is that a German saying that I missed? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll get this on the boat. That's what I'm hearing.
I'll do my darndest.
Okay?
All right. Let's go. Kind of scope the boat out. Do we know exactly when they're going? Did we get that idea? Okay. Well, let's hop to it then.
So let's to go with you, or are you scoping on your own?
Oh, well, let's just go
I don't
together.
exactly blend into these sorts of scenarios. She points to her mohawk.
Yeah, that's quite an expression.
And then orcs never have to hide what they are. But I'll try to make an exception, so I don't know where to begin.
All right, that's all I can ask.
Maybe me and Freddie can find something to blend in while you scope things out.
Sounds good. Maybe we can dress like one of those sailors, and maybe not. We'll figure it out.
You scope it out and you tell us how we should dress.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go assess the boat situation.
Okay. Are you staying with me or going with her?
Is it bad if I go? If I am quiet?
I mean, no, I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, so there's slight risk to you in that sense, but
Do you have,
I
like,
don't stand out quite as bad as I do.
No.
Perhaps it's for the best.
I could use a little muscle,
Okay.
just in case.
Yes, show her your little muscles. Okay. You two will head towards, it's quite a small town, so it's not hard to figure out where the docks are. And there's only one boat large enough to dominate the shore. This is Shorely Rosalie's Garden. Full-on yacht. Complete with security. And it's early in the night, but you can see there's already some movements and people boarding. See, an individual seems to be sort of on point checking people in.
Like with a list or with invitations, or does there
It
seem
is
to
a
be like
clipboard.
okay. Does it seem like there are any? Would I be able to tell if there are any humans coming with any of the kindred?
Do you have a way of telling if someone's a human or a kindred?
No, not me.
I don't know if I'd be able to. I was gonna say, is there a way I could do like a wits investigation to just get like lay of the land, like in the moment, like walk on and like what the, I guess like terrain would be.
So from the docks where you can see people being dropped off and loaded onto the boat, pretty much all young, attractive people, different ethnicities, different genders, but all dressed nice, like they're like heading to a yacht party essentially. Most arrive in groups.
Okay.
Every once in a while, individual will come through.
Talk to one of them. Yeah.
Before they get on board,
Yeah.
kind of see what
like
the
they're
whole
going. Yeah.
spiel is. Okay. Yeah, I would kind of try to assess where people seem to be generally, like what, pathway they're taking, and try to head somebody off further away from the boat.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a parking lot at the marina. You can sort of linger there and catch someone being dropped off.
I would want to have a single individual, if that's possible.
Sure. You wait for a little bit until you see a pretty decent looking sort of a. I mean, it's a taxi, but sort of like a black cab luxury taxi
Yeah.
type. Drops off a very young, handsome looking individual, probably upper 20s, very well groomed, dressed very nicely. All things you can easily pick out. He's dropped off, doesn't even seem to really have anything on him, and confidently begins, though he's alone where everyone else is sort of in groups and like sort of excited and talking to each other. He's by himself, but he seems more confident than even the people with others to lean on. And he's gone.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to think of
grabbed it.
I was trying to think of like a clothing thing to say to him, and I don't know expensive clothing.
You
so,
like his shoes? Ask
yeah.
if he's wearing the Chanel boots.
He's in like a classic like 90s suit, like high waist, pretty big jacket, turtleneck.
I love the 90s.
I would kind of like step out from the side.
From the shadows.
Turtleneck's a pretty bold choice for the evening, sir.
What do you mean?
I mean, not a lot of men would feel confident enough to pull off something like that. No tie, just coming in like you own the place. It's nice to see that
Guys
around
are
here.
stuffy. I'm free spirit. I like to let my clothes send that message.
Message received.
Say it again without laughing. Say it
You're
again
playing a nice character. Let's see it.
without laughing.
Oh god, it was so
Are
stupid.
you looking for someone
It
to
was
walk
so
in with?
perfect.
Yes. I am.
Believe I can find some room? He offers his arm.
I take it.
Freddie's just
I was hoping she was still in the shadows.
He has two arms.
My companion, my accent.
You've been doing the chapter.
My companion. Is there room for her as well?
She looks at you, sort of step out.
Guten Abend.
I keep
You
her
do
around.
not get that uneasy vibe from her.
No, not so much. She keeps away the rabble. She's
Yeah,
an
there's no
assistant.
rebel really going. Come. Sorry about your friend.
I'll see you later, Freddie.
Okay.
Hope she's home.
Yeah, I'll do a silence of death.
I mean, it's a dock leading out to like, so even if you're quiet, it's very obvious. There's nowhere to hide, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Bane thing?
It's
A Gangrel
a
thing?
background thing I took.
Obvious predator.
Yeah.
So her coming peeking from the
Yeah, I was hoping this man might have been a kindred, but
Oh, he's not?
he's put off by me, so that would be, you wouldn't know anything
no,
about
I
it,
wouldn't
but to
know.
me it would be.
She's a little off-putting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's up to you. I mean, neither of you are also really dressed for this. You stepped off a train and went to check this out. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, it's up to you. You can sort of assess the situation. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily like taking off anytime soon.
Okay. Okay.
But also, you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
People are reboarding.
Okay. So let me backtrack a little bit.
And you don't have Mina.
We do not have
Don't
Mina.
have Mina. Well, do you know, are they leaving anytime soon? Is there a long list they have to check off, or?
I don't know. I just know I'm on it. I imagine we'll be leaving before long, but from what I can understand, this relationship and now this is an all-night affair.
Well, that's my favorite kind. Unfortunately, I'm not really dressed for the occasion, so I'll have to scoot on back to my...
They might make an exception for you.
Well, darling, you know how to flatter a lady, but I really would like to put on my best outfit. So, would you make sure they have my name up there, or can I just let them know I'm here to meet you, and I'll go back and put on something a little more comfortable?
I was invited. I don't know how this works.
Hmm.
If you are not invited, you can put in a good word.
I would love that.
Your name?
Camila.
Camila. I'll let them know.
Thank you, sir. And what was yours?
Dominic.
Dominic. Well, I will be seeing you very shortly then. And that turtleneck.
I hope so.
Alright. I better skedaddle.
He'll lean in, sort of just give you a peck on the cheek.
Mhm.
I think it's a normal
Mhm.
goodbye. And perhaps keep your friend on shore.
Whatever you say, sir.
And we'll take his leave.
Okay.
Continue confidently strolling down towards the boat.
Okay. Alright. So this might be a little tough to get back on. But at least we know there's a surefire chance for one of us. And maybe we can get in through a backdoor type of situation.
Should we look for a back door?
We should look for a back door.
The back door. Okay, let's look for the back door.
Back door? This, I mean, it's a boat. Back door
But
would
like
be...
a service.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like a fancy yacht. So
If
the
they're
way they
bringing
have
like
people leading
food
up,
on
it's like
and off,
where
if there's
like
like a separate.
the crew could climb on, or like a service ladder on the back.
At a glance, it seems like there's already a shindig
fully-
going on. Like whatever they
Okay.
needed to load on as far as like staff and stuff is on.
But there's not like
There's a back door in the sense if you want to swim.
But if there's not like an emergency like ladder, like if someone got thrown overboard, they would climb up.
Yeah, there's ways on the boat from
Mhm.
the water.
Okay.
But as it's docked now,
Mhm.
probably
Not accessible.
unless you're sneaking around. And...
I'll do an investigation check if that's an option.
Sure, yeah, give me a wits investigation.
Love to. Three.
Glancing around, plenty of ways on board, if you don't mind getting wet.
Okay.
There's also some unintended smaller vessels that you might be able to commandeer to get on in a more dry way. It would take some athleticism to climb it from that, but you and Mina can handle it. She might have issues.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, this is a small village. So there's like straight up like little like fishing boats and stuff around. This yacht's sort of very out of place. You might be able to, those things. It's very easy to steal one of those and get up to sort of a blind side of the ship if you need to get on that way. Also, sort of watching some of the people on board. Look of this just swarmy guy in a not even a nice Italian suit. Watching for a few moments, you can see at least one person make some sort of exchange with them to get on board. Whether they slip them money or something. Seems bribery isn't out of the question here.
Okay.
So what we could do is I have two options. One of them is boring. You just deliver some champagne and we can pretend like you needed some extra or whatever and get you guys on board that way. Or you could come in as an exotic snake handler and really liven up the party and, you know, they could pretend whatever weird thing they have with you, which I don't see, honestly, darling. You're fabulous.
Yeah, people do not like me. It's okay.
Don't pay attention to them. Anyway, then they'll just be scared of the snake, and that's a very natural reaction for people. Yeah, that's a natural reaction. So a couple options.
Or I could steal a boat and then climb up the side.
Well, if you're not wearing heels, that's a good option too.
I lift up my boots, like I flick my foot up where there's just combat boots, steel-toed.
So way on. But then once you're on that way, you're going to have to pretty much stay in hiding.
Oh, yeah. So, could you... It might be better to stick together.
Snake handler, champagne delivery. Or
If
I
I can
also
have
got-
Fred with me, that is the best.
and we can also tell them that you're there to bring some party favors. When I like procure a little baggie of
Craft cocaine.
craft cocaine, the finest, and this might do quite a bit. I mean, I know it does quite a bit. I'm just saying it might help you get on board.
Yeah, I catch your meaning. Okay. Well, then we should look the part.
Mhm.
This is not snake handler. Well, it is snake handler of clothes because I handle snakes, but I don't think they will buy that.
Yeah, you're probably right. You need something flashy. Some sequins, glitter.
Frenzy check.
Okay, let's go get Mina.
And the glitter. Okay, we'll go back and get
Mina
Mina.
first.
Okay. What's the plan? Costumes
For
for all of you, or just those two?
Oh,
Can
I
we
thought
s-
you were Mina for. I was like,
No.
essentially, those two.
So
And
we can
then
get some like carnival.
I would assume I had brought at least a couple fancy outfits. Of some
You always bring you had time to pack and
Yeah.
whatnot, and that always includes
I would-
something a little more flirty and formal.
Yeah, I would offer some flashy pieces and realize again they have muscles. It would not fit. So.
But my stick arms aren't impressive.
All right. So. We need-
Do you have cash? Not to be a mooch, but
I do have cash.
you travel light.
Wait, did I take? Oh yeah.
Your resources
Yeah.
are 4. Yeah.
Resources.
It's so good.
And this is back in the day before
Money
debit cards were
Mm-hmm.
super common. It made sense to carry cash. You roll 91. So if you're willing to
Mhm.
offer some
Oh, yeah.
cash, they're more willing to accept it.
Ooh, for sure.
And yeah, I'll Mina will go grab something fun. She sort of eyes you up and down. Be back in a jiff. Figure out the rest of the plan if there's one.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves cash in hand to go buy some snake handler costumes.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna walk up, see if I'm on the list. If not, get myself on the list, and then I'm gonna let them know that there's some exotic snake handlers
Mhm.
with some exotic party favors. Flash some of those, maybe flash some cash, and get on the boat. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. And I don't think Mina's gonna like that part because she seems like a planner. But I just kind of
Which part?
wing it. All of it probably, but I'm
Oh.
mostly talking about the winging it part afterward.
We should find the Reverend, track him down,
Oh, for sure.
and then kill him.
Yes.
That's the plan?
Yes. I mean, but the thing is, I don't know how many kindred are gonna be on there, and obviously the Camarilla have a lot of resources, and so we're gonna have to be careful about that. But the Reverend, yeah, I want to get some information out of him first, if possible, but
Mhm.
but definitely probably kill him after.
Yeah,
Probably.
okay. Okay. How do we get off? Are we under the impression the boat is like leaving and like gonna cruise around? Yeah. Oh yeah, we were.
It's the boat will be heading to the Hall of Crimson Doors.
Okay.
Which you assume is an island. On an island.
So, do we go to this island or do we wait? Or do we leave before that?
I personally think maybe we should cut and run after we
Mm-hmm.
get the Reverend, because I feel like there's something very important for him to do there, which means a lot of people paying attention. A lot of very dangerous people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to kill him in secret and hide the body and then leave.
How old is the Reverend?
I know jack shit about the Reverend.
Because if he is old enough, we may not have to hide the body.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. And then how do we leave once we are on the boat?
In the movies, they always have like life boats or whatever. Do you think that
I
has a
haven't
lifeboat?
seen many movies. You haven't been in.
They
This
did have
part of-
an emergency boat on the yacht.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we take the boat and.
and
Get out of
hightail it out of there? Get out of Dot. Yeah.
I think I heard you say that when we were on the train.
Yeah, it's a good one. You should hold on to that one.
Okay.
It's a good one. All right. Oh, I feel like this is a very good plan. Mina's gonna be proud of us, and so
Okay.
you know?
So the plan's completed. Mina returns with some rather flashy snake handler costumes, with these sort of crazy sort of Venetian Italian masks and sparkly dresses and boas and whatnot. She seems quite amused with herself.
I'm very proud of you.
She gives you a little bit of your money back.
Tell her to keep it,
Yeah.
just in case you need another snake handler outfit one time.
Yeah, good.
They are very useful.
Yes. I mean,
Frequent.
at this time the place was actually closed. I stole all of this. So I didn't actually spend any of it, but I'm still keeping it because you said it was okay.
I did. Well, let's see you guys get all gussied up. I'll get dressed. We'll do a thing. You can explain the
Yeah.
brilliant
explain
plan that we have
to
while
Mina.
Yes, of course. Into our costumes, and yeah, everyone gets dressed. You explain. While explaining, yeah, she says our I mean, you know, the Setites are not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sow chaos everywhere they go. I mean, we do, but for a purpose, you know. Don't want you to get too caught up in all of this. Do you
Yeah.
trust Camila?
Yeah, I think so. She talks of liberation and she does not want oligarchy. I think that aligns enough with
I'll
our...
be honest, I don't know much about the clan. I just know they have bad reputation, and I do
We have
not
bad
like,
reputation.
for good reason. I don't like being used.
Mhm.
I get the sense that we're being used as fodder for anything. I'll rip all the fucking heads off. And I expect you will do the same.
If we're being used, yeah. I do not like being used. You know this.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I don't want you. You're a good person. You put a lot of trust in others. Camila has done nothing to betray this trust, but just be ready for anything.
Okay.
Good. This will be quite a story. These costumes are ridiculous.
Yeah, you picked it very badly.
That's because I know you'll not be telling anyone about what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You picked very badly.
All right. You get your ridiculous snake charmer costumes.
I get Fred out.
You get your huge boa constrictor out of your fancy suitcase.
He just chills like on my shoulders.
Yeah. Your familiars.
I just come out and I have this like big like clutch that's like this thick and like this tall. And I pop it open. It's like, here's the party favors. And it's just like lined with baggies and different things.
Craft singles.
I'm got
Singles.
crap signal.
Alright. Alright, I think we're ready to go. You guys look fantastic.
You look ridiculous, but this will be fun.
That's what I love to hear. All right, let's go shake this party up.
Hopefully not too much fun. She closes her clutch.
Oh, this is just to get us on board. It'll work.
Yeah, I trust you.
I think.
You just had it with you in case it would
Cocaine
get us on
and
board.
snakes, what can go wrong?
It's the
I
90s.
need my notebook to write the band name Cocaine and Snakes down.
Yes, female band.
Okay.
Love it.
It's our girl band.
Punk rock.
The three of you and the snake head back to the marina. How do you proceed? A lot less people boarding now. It seems like most people are sort of, or at least on the ship. You can hear some music coming from the ship. Plenty of people on the decks mingling, and hear the occasional clink of glasses. Seems like a full party is underway. You assume this ship will be leaving quite soon. A couple men and the man in the suit are still on the actual dock, the loading ramp.
When we were watching people, did I pick up on any like awe or anything like that being used? Like,
It's hard to tell.
it wasn't like
No one used it
felt.
necessarily in your immediate vicinity.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it up.
Throw up. Okay, you activate all.
And all right, follow behind me, not too closely, but just a little bit, so I can talk to them, kind of in private. But you're right there, putting pressure on them. Okay, look friendly, look like you're gonna give us a good time.
I can do most of those things.
Your snake can do the rest. We'll be good.
My snake does not look friendly.
Nice, it's cute. All right, just give me a second.
Okay, yeah, you approach a couple of security-looking types next to the much smaller man with the clipboard. Just looks up. What can I do you for?
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
I just feel like I've been running into the most stunning men all over this town. Quite a nice break from, well, America for the most part. But my
That's where I'm
name.
from.
You had to get out of there too.
I mean, this is where the family's from, but that's where I spend most of my days.
You
You're a
are.
long way from home, miss.
I am, and looking
May
for.
I ask what you're doing in these humble parts?
Well, I had rumored that there was a rager on a beautiful boat, and I just had to come see it. And
Looks back. Yeah, I guess it's a nice looking boat.
I mean, better than anything I saw on the lake growing up.
Where you from, miss?
I'm from the South, and it's a mix of all the accents I've ever heard in my life.
Just say Memphis.
Memphis?
It's also a place in Egypt, so it works for set.
It's great. Tennessee area, Memphis a little bit. And
Oh, you're real far from home. Look at many of the southern types around here. I'm glad to have you. And who the hell are they? Points to these two ridiculously dressed individuals and a giant fucking boa constrictor on one of them who's just standing awkwardly.
Looking down at her shoes.
I know they ain't from Memphis. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I picked them up along my travels. I thought maybe the party could use a little spicing up. So I brought a couple things to
They
spice
brought
it
a
up.
snake.
Drunk people love exotic things. You know that. And what other party ship is gonna have a fucking boa constrictor on it?
You'd be surprised. Look, this is a quick formality. I'm sure you're on the list, yeah? What's your name, sweetheart?
Camilla.
Camilla. Oh, that Camilla. A new addition. This was bad. Welcome aboard, Rosalie's God.
Thank you so much. I would pull out.
I don't see giant fucking snake on the list, though.
What about I'm gonna say this the rest of the time. What about another party favor? And I pull out. I open my clutch, and there's like a wad of money in between the baggies. And I pull out a few hundreds for them or whatever money.
Yeah, he looks in. He goes, I can't really see with all this in the way. And he takes just the whole wad of money. And Sticks in his pocket. Well, Memphis, huh? Shit, could have fooled me. Give me a. Yeah, well, give me a.
If this man robs you, our cover's blown.
I mean, you're kind of lying and scheming your way on. Give me a manipulation subterfuge. You have all going, so I had your presence.
You get an extra one too for your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one of these?
Manipulation 3 and subterfuge is 2 and presence is 2 and 1. I'm gonna use a willpower.
Good call, good call.
Alright. 4 is a messy critical. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and a messy crit.
Jesus Christ.
Messy crit. Okay. Show him your party favors. He looks through. Looks towards the others. Looks back to you, and you're giving us a very charming southern smile. Things on full display. So eyes get wide for a second. I think you might be one boat late. You got a little something there, miss, and he kind of rubbed your lips on one of your teeth, which you didn't even realize were out for a second. You pulled them in. Our folk got on the boat before this. But you're expected, and who am I to deny them a bad time?
You are my hero.
We're going to need to check the clutch, so leave that with us. The rest of you get on the ship.
I hand it over.
And you can tell, obviously, when he touched you, it's very cold to the touch as well. All right. Miss. He steps aside for you to board.
All right, ladies. Let's get this snake into the party.
I get on. Follow him.
I'll be boarding shortly if you're interested in another kind of party snake. He sort of ribs one of his other people, who just sort of nods. It was good. Yeah, as you go, you can feel his eyes on her as she passes, and you two go, and you're sort of much less interested in the weird.
I do like a glare as I walk by.
Careful, your eyes will get stuck like that, sweetheart. He lets you pass with this big fucking snake as you get on board the yacht. Which seems to be already people lingering, or mingling, drinking, enjoying themselves. As you sort of board, you glance back, they're all sort of looking through your clutch, passing out some of the stuff.
Party favors.
It's just baking soda.
What'd you guys like to do?
All right, ladies. So apparently our boat left already, which is very unfortunate.
But the Reverend is supposed to be on this one, Rosalie's garden. So even if the kindred boat left, could he still be here?
He seemed to insinuate this boat had already made a trip.
So we just kind of...
The one that had the kindred on it has already made its way.
All right, well.
Looking around at all the drunk looks, and pink skin, seems like this
Now
is
we got it.
They are cattle.
Yes. Delivery of party favors.
a lot of party favors on this boat.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which going to waste. Well, this is a little much. Think they couldn't have just ate before they went out? Ugh. Poor Dominique. Maybe they'll get lucky.
Can I try to scare some people off the boat?
Before it takes off,
Just by being unsettling in general. Like people interested in the snake and you just...
give me a manipulation intimidation.
One and a beast. So maybe I do scare him off anyway.
Or you seem exceptionally cute this time.
People certainly avoid you. I mean, it's a great fucking party. They're not going to
Okay.
leave the party because some weirdo with a snake got on board.
I mean, you won't.
But, yeah, there's a wide berth kept
Okay.
around your snake handler.
That's...
Yes.
I tried my best.
Soon after, the ramp is brought up and the boat begins moving.
Hey, darling, are you trying to scare everyone away from your snake? Or is this like people are really, really scared of snakes in these parts?
People are scared of me in most parts, but I think they should leave the boat before we leave because they will probably be dead by tomorrow, which is no good. And I know people are scared of me, but I think I maybe leaned into it a little bit, so they might leave.
Kindred with hearts.
It's not the heart, I just like they're all going to die.
Never mind. It's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. We'll try to help them as we can.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I know that like you have to eat people sometimes. That's just like this feels really wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty barbaric. It's a little over the top.
This is happening as conversation. Party's going underway. You see the man who you spoke to out there. Says, got a special VIP experience for you and both of yous. And why the hell not you too? And he starts calling out a few people to join him elsewhere on the boat.
VIP experience is funded by me.
And he does that. And he sort of catches you and winks. You want in on this?
Why the hell not? Take care of that
Why
snake.
the hell not? Miss Memphis, alright.
God.
And you two. Stay the fuck away from me. Cool snake, though. Not for me. Now let's go, sweetheart.
Americans, what can we say?
Sorry.
As he points out some of the individuals, invited you to join him, start heading towards sort of the like the room quarters of the ship. With this, Mina and Joe. Do you think should we do something? I don't like the idea of leading lambs to the slaughter either.
I don't know. I don't like it. But it is.
From what I can tell, he's the only one of us on this boat. Do you think your friend's gonna do something about it, or is she gonna partake?
I don't know her well enough to know. I don't
How
think...
about you go find out? I'm gonna go check out where the ship is heading exactly, yeah?
Okay.
Sounds good. We're here to do a good thing. Let's make sure we don't have to do anything bad to do it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe in the greater good. I believe just doing good all the time. Yeah. Take care. Kiss you on the cheek. And
Give her a little kiss and I go.
also, if you got to work on you scaring. I don't know what you're trying
It was
to do.
not very good.
Yes, you just made people very uncomfortable. It was adorable in a way. Honestly, it was almost endearing to me.
People.
We'll talk about this. We have ways. I'll show you later. And she'll go to find out where the ship is. Send you to tell your friend.
Oh man, that sucks to hear. Yeah, I kind of.
As you follow this individual, is talking about real VIP experience. We got some party favors courtesy of yours truly. And trust me, it's going to be worth your while. Whoop, and I dropped that, and he like flicks $100 bill that goes in the ground. And a couple of them look, and go ahead. A couple of them sort of look and sort of shove each other as one grabs it before the other. And he seems to enjoy the struggle. See, leads to one of the rooms. And yeah, once inside, there's a man there. He goes out, get outside, man. Crap on my style. This guy just looks at him and steps outside, closes the door. He says, all right, what do we got here? And he points to where he's already had your product in lines ready to go along one of the counters. Ladies, I got plenty of bills. You know what to do. And he starts passing them out. And if you just sort of look at each other, but they'll roll some up and begin partaking in the craft cocaine.
Did you get to try any of it, or? Just...
I mean, I'm about to in a second. You know how it works.
I just want to get...
Take that shit straight to the dome. It really ain't the same. Come on. Come on, Memphis.
Well, you'll have to let me know what you think about it.
You're not gonna partake?
There's something very cathartic watching everyone else get fucked up on it.
That sounds fucked up on its own. Then why are you here if you're not here to partake?
We'll see. I mean, sometimes parties get crazy and you do things you don't normally want to do, so.
Yeah, I hear that. I never formally introduced myself. Roberto Pudanesca. He takes her hand and kisses it. Yes, of that Pudanesca family. I'm sure you know it.
I would have never imagined that this is where my travels would have taken me.
Well, imagination's taking you some crazy places, sweetheart. He'll sort of put an arm around you and, let's watch. And watches as some of them start indulging in the drugs. You arrive just a second later as there's a guard just standing outside the door, just looks at you.
I think my friend is in there. I'll wait. And I just stand and listen.
Okay. Alright. I like your costume.
Thank you. Do you know what's his name? Man in there.
Roberto?
Yeah.
My boss, yeah.
Do you like him?
Not so much.
He's harsh luck, yeah. Terrible.
What?
Asshole.
Arschloch?
Yeah, German?
I like that. Arschloch.
Yeah, it's fun to say.
That's pretty fun.
Okay.
This nice exchange is happening outside. What are you doing inside?
You guys do so many accents and I can barely stay in one that I'm like naturally...
This is not, what I'm doing is not a German accent.
It passes.
I start with generic European. I don't even know what that is.
It's flat.
Lean a little
It's
bit.
on a scale.
All mine are offensive.
Oh.
Alright, so how did you end up ferrying all the product back and forth?
To the hall.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of important people making important decisions over there, but they needed a place away from prying eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my family came in. We operate outside the normal party lines, let's say.
It kind of like a old types Elysium. Save space for everybody.
I mean, not for everybody. You're the wrong person, you show up there. Whew, I want to be you. Why?
No, it's just, I mean, it's...
Wait, how did you find out about this?
Kindred loose lips.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Bring party favors, they'll tell you anything, you know? That's why it's a good thing that they got you on this. That's why it's a good thing they have you on this, so you can actually take care of things. Wouldn't have entrusted this to anybody else, I'm sure.
Honestly, yeah. My family knows discretion. My family knows how to provide what people need.
And how to get what you want.
Exactly. Especially if you got the money for it. We don't come cheap. Good work never does.
Tell me about it.
I'm telling you.
You told me.
So what's your involvement in all this?
Honestly, I just want to, finally make it in the European kindred scene. And...
They're all so stuffy. Don't bother. I'm telling you. US of A is where it's at. They're a mess over here.
But the money?
We got the money, and now we're bringing it over here. That's why I'm over here to help a little bit of the wheeling and dealing. This is small potato stuff. I don't know what they think they're planning here, but I'm telling you, you want to go somewhere, you want to make it, you're already in the right spot. Good old US of A. Of course, I got family here. God bless them. I love them. Got a lot of good things going on over here. But they're a little old-fashioned, you know what I'm saying? The opportunities to cross the pond.
Well, honestly, that's what I can't figure out is why such an old-fashioned sect of us, is trying to make all the different factions work together.
They got big schemes. They're always scheming, and I get it. I like to stay, I think middleman's where it's at. Although, I won't lie, I got aspirations.
I can see it.
Thing is, I just need a partner, Someone I can really rely on. Someone to support me, keep me company while I figure out all these aspirations. When you heading back to the States?
I don't know. I thought I'd putz around Europe a little bit, try to see if I can meet any more influential kindred in Europe and rub elbows with the right people. And
you're gonna be in Italia. You're gonna want to talk to me and my people.
Seems I hopped on the right boat then.
Seems fate brought us together.
Those fates.
Well, it looks like they're finishing up. About time to indulge, shall we? His fangs will slowly come out.
You first. Your party favors.
Yeah, you like to watch, don't you? And he goes over, and as one individual finishes another line, sort of stumbles back, he catches him. Whoa, 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 sweetheart. And he sort of brings it back and then bites into her. And she stiffens up, sort of yelps out a little bit. Where the kiss that, when you feed, is usually such a pleasant experience. It seems quite painful and it's stressful for this individual. She bites into her and immediately just begins drinking.
I would participate. I would if there's another individual that seems pretty relaxed, but I wouldn't drink very much because I don't want to be weird and fucked up.
And you know you got good stuff. Drinking much at all is
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get what's in their blood in your system. If you'd like to pretend like you're drinking more than you are, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
You can do that. He's in the throes of taking full gulps where he isn't really gonna notice you not really
Yeah,
drinking.
and he's gonna be very high.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, I just like fondle their neck kind of thing and make it seem like more was going on there than there really was. And yeah, and I'm using awe anyway, so that'll make it easier.
You feed, keeping on him as he feeds a lot more vigorously.
Mm-hmm.
The person becoming weak and starting to collapse under his hold before he eventually just drops them. They drop him. Woo! Oh, you over here. And he moves on to another one. At this point, some people are noticing something's wrong, and they see the body on the floor. It's too late for the next person who grabs and pulls in to bite. But there's two others who are... You can now hear one person screams out something's wrong in there.
I say to Fred, go cause trouble, and then I send my snake out into the crowd to cause a commotion.
Okay, you say that and the snake goes. The guy at the door is just chatting with you, just watches. Very good, trained snake. Where's he going?
To cause trouble.
Oh, little rascal.
Can you, maybe interrupt your boss's fun, and I'll go.
I'm not supposed to, no, I'm sorry.
But if there's trouble on deck, and it would be bad for him, and maybe just one time, if you got to, maybe get back at him for being an asshole.
Give me a...
No.
Okay. You give me a manipulation... I don't really have any other. Just give me a manipulation roll.
It's just 2 die, baby.
Or you have subterfuge. Manipulation subterfuge. There you go.
I'm gonna blood surge.
Okay.
Hey,
It paid off.
Didn't get up. That's amazing.
I'll use a will. Oh no.
Those beasts are
You can
popping
roll a
in
lot of
tonight.
these.
One in a beast. My good friend.
So, he's like, I don't like him, but he'd be more mad if I... And before he finishes his sentence, your fangs are out. This guy's not listening to you. There's something you want to get to on the other side.
And I've been accused of not being scary enough.
Yes, the beast is in full control right now as you sink your fangs into this man. No. As he just gurgles as you hold him against and begin gnawing at his throat. Inside, what would you like to do?
There's something very justified about him just losing his shit because of taking it, and he's playing into his vices with abandon.
Yeah, he cannot handle his vices. He's not strong of character.
Yeah. So I think I would just stay seated on the couch with the one, with a protective arm around them, and just again stay in character and watch and pretend to giggle, whatever seems appropriate. I'm participating in that, but not feeding or...
They're feeding on the next person. A few of the other individuals are freaking the fuck out, banging on the door, which just seems to be locked from the outside. Before a moment later, it does open, and you see a blood-covered Freddie.
Am I at 0?
Yes.
No.
We'll take a stain.
Deeply sad. She's never done this before.
Do you see her angry, upset, just all these raw emotions just overcome her as just blood just dripping from her chin onto her ridiculous costume in the doorway. So people are desperately trying to get out are now desperately trying to get away from her. They don't know where the fuck to go between this weird high vampire just draining them and this creature that just stepped up in the doorway.
in this crazy costume.
What do you want to do? The beast has subsided now,
Yeah.
but you're not too happy with what you just did or what the beast made you do.
I'll with my mental and call the snake back because my distraction didn't work.
Old bestial form.
Is he just like in the moment of like feeding?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of push past and let the people run past me
Okay.
and pull him off just full force to like grapple him off.
Sure. Yeah, you just pull this guy off. He goes, what the fuck? And you can see his eyes fucking pupils dilated, looking around like crazy. Whoa, what is this?
What is this?
I'm feeding here.
I knew this entire time.
How many aggravated damage do I take?
What's your
Huge
problem?
board.
Call off your charming snake charmer. He looks at you.
Freddie, what's going on?
He's killing these people. I wanted him to stop and and I'll just like slam him into it because she's very fucked
Yeah, you
up
just
about
slam his head
about the person she just killed.
to the wall, breaking his nose. He sort of stumbles. The fuck did you go and do that for? That wasn't very smart. That wasn't very smart at all. And he becomes weirdly serious for a second. What'd you two like to do?
Freddie, what's going on? We're in here having a nice time, a couple of drinks. What's happening?
He's killing these people being led to the slaughter. It's not right.
We have to get our drink somewhere.
But
And
you
we
do
may-
not have to kill.
We may not always agree with it, but you can't go. He's a very important man, Freddie, and we would never want to upset him or
I
to
upset
disdain.
very important men for fun.
Well, we all have our vices.
His vice is murdering people?
They're just humans. What's the damage?
That they are like alive and can make choices and do things and affect
Oh,
each
you
other.
brought one of those on board.
I slam him against the wall again.
Freddie,
Now I'm starting to get upset. I really am. And you wouldn't like a Punesca when they're upset.
you're right. We would not like a Puttanesca when they're upset. Where's your snake,
he-
Freddie?
Holds the blood to his
On
hand
his way.
and holds it up as some of the blood goes down. And he looks at you and he starts muttering something in Italian.
Oh, fuck. All right, Roberto, here, I saved you one. She's ready to go. I'll take care of her. I'll put her downstairs with the snake, and we won't have to worry about her the rest of the night. She must have gotten into my stash before we got here. Lord knows not everyone's going to handle their vices like you can.
He's seemed to just be ignoring you as he's still looking at you. Some of the blood going, his muttering, and the blood just stops for a second and starts to pool around his hand. He looks at you, and then you just hear, fuck that. And you see Mina in the doorway.
Yeah.
And with a quickness, few strides is across the room, and then a clawed hand just plunged into his chest, just pinning him against the wall. He starts reaching the hand towards her, trying to touch her with the blood.
Is he still muttering?
Mm-hmm.
Can I break his jaw?
Yeah. Yeah, with that, you just swing and just dislocate the whole jaw coming loose, hanging on by one hinge. Just blood and broken teeth splattering out. He's no longer muttering whatever incantation he was doing. And with that, his starts blinking in and out before just sort of... then she takes her claw out, and then just one more claw puts him in the torpor. She flicks some of the blood off. We'll be on the island in about 15 minutes.
Well, excellent. While this is all happening, I had put my hand and arm around the girl's ears and eyes. And I slowly bring away so she can't quite see him. All right. I'm gonna compel her to hide in the bathroom. And so
Don't even have. Yeah, she
just to keep her
sprints
in
to the bathroom.
not to tell anybody kind of thing. And
These people are assholes, rich yuppies, but they don't deserve to die. The one who does deserve to die will be meeting shortly. Your claw sharp. She flexes her now blood-soaked claw and forearm. You okay?
she's not okay.
No.
I think.
Come with me. Let's clear our head. Good rides for the hunt. We have to come.
Did you find your snake?
Are you okay?
Weak people fall into their vices very easily. In some ways, I'm better when I know that happens, and in some ways, I'm more discouraged.
So
But-
you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Snakes, I tell you.
My snake is now back.
Yeah.
He came back to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You'll
great.
go and take a moment with me now. You'll collect yourself. On deck, as you can see, this small island coming into view. And say, the dock, the captain will take us right in. Seems like there's some sort of building inside. The dock and a cave of sorts. The Hall of Crimson Doors will be dropped off there. I believe that's where we'll find our friends. It's going to be probably too many for us to deal with from the sounds of it. You say the Reverend is a problem, I say we go straight to him. I'm going to rely on you for that. I don't know the workings of what you do or your rituals or this or that. You'll need to know how to play the field to get us straight to him if possible. If worst comes to worst, so we'll fight our way through, no matter what.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can cut off the head first.
I spit.
Not
Spit. No, that's good.
okay. I spit.
Seemed the appropriate time to spit.
Not this. Their asshole dice. And not us.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, the ship under your control, sure enough, you dock into, sort of maneuver into like just a cave on just this small rocky island
Mm-hmm.
where it leads in to a dock, essentially. Sort of something mid-level to where you actually put out a ramp, not really leading down to a dock, but almost straight across, to just sort of this rocky outcropping. Sure enough, this large red door.
That's ominous.
A lot of the times the church have said they're quite subtle with their iconography and whatnot. It's not until you get to the inner sanctums where you can really tell that this is a place of worship to set. It seems that's not the case here. The motifs, the serpentile trimming on the door, the Egyptian markings to the red god are all quite obvious. Seems that if someone is allowed this far, they're assumed to be you're part of this.
Are the Giovanni? So they're just helping host it?
Seems they're either providing things for, they're doing something along those lines.
Okay. I guess I could go in.
Okay. Assuming you keep the rest of them on the boat and not actually have them go in, you can do that. You killed one guard, killed the main guy. The rest would be quite compliant. Yeah.
I get my cash and what's left of the
You
product
recover
left.
your stuff and head in. To which immediately opens up into like the namesake, just this long hallway, just crimson doors lining all along the sides. Dead end at the end.
I think Camilla would be a little more sanctimonious inside, like a very obvious place of worship.
Yeah, though there's a heretic here, this is still a place of Set. Still meant to revere him.
Does it seem to lead to like one room, or are there multiple rooms along the way?
There's many, like I said, just lines and lines, red doors. Once you enter, even, each of you give me a wits resolve.
I've never not rolled without hunger dice before.
Congratulations.
This is a good feeling.
Congrats. See, it kind of makes up for the part where you...
No.
No? Wits resolve, you said?
My vegan character. Six.
For messy critical.
Okay. Something weird happens where, I mean, there's already quite a few doors, but then you see even more, like this never-ending hallway that suddenly just stretches out in front of you. Even behind you, there's more doors than what you came through, and it seems to be this maze of just door after door after door, until you sort of grip each other's hands for a moment, really focus, and luckily you have the mental fortitude to see past many of these illusionary doors, to see the real ones, which are still plenty. And you, Camilla, would start recognizing some of the gates one is supposed to surpass, test themselves to become closer in the hours of Set. You're able to identify. It's up to you which one you would choose. You see the door for ecstasy, for terror, for wrath, for desire, satiety, despair, ignorance, chaos, and blood. You yourself have mastered some of these, not all. Otherwise, it just seems like hieroglyphic and jargon to you, you know. We'll see as she becomes a little more reverent, a little more aware, more at one with her surroundings. As you watch, see what you would choose.
I guess let's go with ecstasy. What's the voice I say it in?
That makes sense.
I was like, I
If
feel like
they're throwing a party.
Yeah, you open the door to ecstasy, and sure enough, you see quite clearly Kindred. You're just hit with this wave. Actually, each of you give me a willpower roll.
Two successes.
2 successes.
So you stand there stunned for a moment, just watching ecstasy. You see quite clearly Kindred just feasting on individuals, the unlucky ones that came with the first batch. You see all manners of different treasures and vices on display, all sorts of just macabre but enticing things, and there just seems to be a complete lack, as each kindred you see in here seems to be the beast is in full control. These are animals in here, tearing each other apart, some fighting each other. This is just madness. You watch for a second, are almost enticed. You find each of you take a step towards it. So you feel Mia hand on each of you, yank you back and kick the door shut. I'm going to say wrong room. And at a glance, you didn't necessarily spot anyone you would imagine to be you were looking for.
Important. Maybe, I don't know, blood sounds kind of important.
Sure. Blood, one of the last gates. One of the acts where you bring in people. I mean, the Church of Set can bring in people even from other clans, where just like a normal embrace, where humans drain of all their blood and give them vampire blood, they'll do that with a kindred even. Drain a kindred of all of their blood and then give them Setite blood. Go to the blood door. Give me a willpower roll.
Oh, God. Hold on.
3.
2.
You will take 2 aggravated damage. So you step forward first, open the door, and there's a spark of like red light that just singes, burns all the way down her arm, up her shoulder, into her neck a little bit, as she was just electrocuted almost with some sort of weird energy. For you also sort of reaching to push forward, do so. You feel that same spark, but you're able to actually push through it, resist a little bit, and just knock this door open.
If you guys ever want to convert.
And you're immediately hit with the smell of fresh blood, potent blood, vitae and incense. And you see this towering statue of Set sitting in just this large pool of deep crimson blood. You see different alcoves around the room with low burning braziers. You see at the foot of this statue all sorts of boxes, urns, different sorts of artifacts and treasures. And then you see a man in a green and red robes, seems to be in prayer before the statue, who turns to look at you. You recognize this man. An American Setite. One that was around when you were coming up. It was a big deal in the Prohibition days, Rum Runner days. Used to go by Minister, actually. Never saw him as someone to leave the country. But here he is, Vernon Oaks. Suddenly things start making sense a little bit. Wasn't quite an ambitious individual. As you see, he's a very broad figure, but the powerful build, not necessarily just overweight. Turned in his older years, graying hair and a very trimmed goatee. As he turns and looks, quite a bit of confusion at first, and then just a huge smile comes on his face. Camila, what brings you all the way here?
Heard the church was doing some good work out here.
Indeed we are. You've come to join us? I don't remember extended an invitation.
Oh, you didn't, but you know I find my way into parties.
That you do, Camila, that you do. And who are your friends?
Oh, 2 friends I picked up on the way. Freddie and Mina. We met What town were we in again? Oh God, I don't even know. I've been around so much recently.
Just spread.
Once,
You're the one's been sniffing on my trail then. I should have known they'd send the best of the best.
now you're just flattering me.
Oh, Camila, I gotta say, I'm actually glad you're here. What I have going on here is, I'm sure some of the other hero fonts aren't too keen on going outside the doctrine and whatnot, you know. But what they don't understand is I'm actually well within my rights as a high priest of Setite to do what I am doing. Better to ask forgiveness than permission, you understand, of all people.
I do.
There's an opportunity for us. Instead of thrashing against the Camarilla, instead of preaching some old ancient religion that, frankly, it's hard to push on the people. I mean, you're one of the most charming belles I know, and I'm sure even you found some people who think twice about stepping into the inner sanctum of a church's sect.
Takes a lot of finagling.
Religion ain't hard to push, though. The people's religion. Instead of bringing them to our side of things, why not bring our side of things to what they already are keen on? That's how I see things, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Times are a-changing, that's for sure. And I wouldn't be opposed of you helping me change with them.
I don't think what you're saying is wrong necessarily. I'm just trying to figure out why you're working with the Camarilla.
Again, I find our recruitment is getting more and more difficult. The Iron Curtain's fallen. Europe is ripe for the picking. Camarilla's already got a foothold. Instead of starting anew, bringing people over to the Middle Eastern way of things, why not adapt, thrive, use their own rules against it? Play the game that they play, but play it better. It's a bit stubborn, don't you think? A bit honorary to try to think everyone should do what we want to do. Our path isn't meant for everyone, but it can be if you package it right. And if there was ever a time to rebrand, repackage, now's that time. You know I love the Church's set, and I love everything it has done for me and the world. But I've got a new idea. And wouldn't it be really against us to not allow a new idea to flourish, or at least try it out? I mean, that's what we stand for. Going against the same old, same old. And we've had the same old for a long time. So why not old meets new? The world's at a cusp of something big. I can feel it. I know all of y'all can. So why don't we usher in this new era? And I do mean new era. Not drag things back to the old ways. But again, those of us clever enough to see the writing on the wall knows that even us need to adapt to survive. Think of this as an adaptation. All the pieces are in place. I just need a few good people to help lock them in. I'll be honest, I found it. But the church has room for a few more. You know that. We always do. So what do you say?
Why are the Camarilla attacking the church in their cities?
I do not know. Wish I could tell you.
Because see, when I
If we
killed...
work with them, they wouldn't be doing that, would they? I'm sorry, when you killed who, sweetheart?
When I killed one of the Camarilla's assassin, he had a very weak mind, and he let me know of another connection, and then that connection let me know that there is this minister figure kind of thing who was ratting people out. I'm sure it wasn't anyone that you knew about. It's just I'm concerned about that.
I'm glad you're concerned. I'm concerned too. And we might be able to get to the bottom of it together. Where'd you say you came from again? Where were you before this?
Oh, what was the town? I don't know. You know I have no head for abroad cities stuff. Poor girl from Memphis. I like your ideas, though.
He begins stepping out of the pool. Waist down, just covered in this thick blood. He's making footprints along the stone floor. And he pauses on this sort of... You can see there's a lot of elaborate carvings and wars and all sorts of symbols spread out on the floor. He seems to purposely stand amidst one of them.
Mm-hmm.
This Mina goes. Is there anything else we need to know from him?
No.
Fred slithers off my shoulder.
Can you keep him still?
Do my damnedest.
You see her slide it. I'm not even sure where she was hiding the stake, but she slides it out from somewhere on her costume. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to activate Mental Maze.
Okay. Charisma obfuscate. Fred's.
Whoop. I'm gonna rouse the blood.
You're having troubles with that box.
I'm hungrier.
Motherfucker.
Sir?
What are you doing?
Letting my snake go.
You want the snake to attack him? Go after him?
Yeah. Kind of slow and ominous while she does her thing
Okay.
to get a grapple on him. Or can he? No, just a brawl. I guess. Oh no, it grapples.
This part of Brawl.
Okay, cool.
Brawl rolls a grapple roll. You can roll it for him.
So brawl is 6. Does that include strength? Like just roll 6.
So yeah, for the snake, whatever his brawl roll is, that's the total dice. You won't really
Okay.
add that to strength. That's
fine.
both of them.
I spend the willpower.
Can I use a willpower?
The snake.
Yeah.
Does it have willpower?
Can I use mine? Oh, it has 3.
There you go. Use it.
Damn it.
Cool.
Alright, I got a crit, the total of 5, or a bestial.
We got 3 successes on my little grapple.
Okay. The boa constrictor slithers out. You step into the room, lock eyes with him, and he stops for a moment. Camila. And with this, his eyes try to look down but can't as the snake starts wrapping up his leg. And Mina very quickly rushes forward, stake in hand, gets a running jump and just plunges this thing straight into his chest. He spits out some blood on her. The snake wrapping up, her pulling the stake out, and him just falling forward, just hitting with a crash at her feet. She looks at him. Looks back. That was good work.
That was the easiest kindred fight I've ever been in.
And she said that she stops for a second.
Yeah, he spit blood on her.
No.
And her eyes each pop and they burst with blood and just spew out. There's a few parts of her body that just burst with blood vessels. Blood popping out. As it hits the ground, it's steaming. And
Boiler blood.
you can glance as he's dropped. His head's up with this big grin on his face, and he has a hand around her ankle. And he seems to be boiling the blood from inside of her. As she just begins just convulsing, blood popping everywhere, just steaming, boiling. As he rises up, fangs out now. You stupid girls. Yeah, what are you doing?
Is the boa constrictor still grappling him?
Yes, the boa constrictor still kind of has him.
Like his legs?
Yeah. He seems to be stuck in place, but he's starting to push his way up.
Then I'm gonna just...
Seems the mental maze did not work.
I'm just gonna move in and just... Fuck. I guess I'll go in for a bite if he's
And you can see
grappled
the
by
stake
snake.
is securely in his
Doesn't
heart.
have a heart.
It seems like it's not didn't do anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna destroy him.
You know, for grapple?
The snake's grappled him. I'm going for
Oh.
the bite.
All right, give me a bite. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna try to make him stop moving with Eyes of the
So give
Serpent.
me a wits awareness.
I'm in a rouse
Oh,
to
God.
do the snake teeth.
Mhm.
And I'm not hungrier.
Nice.
So that gives me 2 dice. So
God. I'm gonna spend one more willpower. I'm gonna roll on this side. Maybe it's better luck.
that is 11 successes
Holy
to rip his
shit.
throat out.
So with Fred coiled around him, you get in there and you just start biting. You take a huge chunk as he just starts gurgling. Not quite down, but you've just done a huge amount of. He's just bleeding uncontrollably, just pouring out. As Mina's still on the ground, just convulsing, popping, is just blood spewing out, burning. What'd you get?
6 with a critical.
Looking at this, you maybe try to lock eyes, but in this fight, it's gonna be really hard to maintain eye contact. Looking beyond him through the pool of blood on the foot of the statue, though, among some of the treasures, seeing that stake, you've heard of this. You've heard of high priests of the Church of Set being able to completely remove the heart. And you might have just spotted the box that has it. You can tell some of the markings, some of the hieroglyphs on this container. Weird that he's kept it close, but obviously this location was very secure and secret to him. You think you can spot the one that, if his heart was removed, you think you see where it is.
Alright.
When Fred constricted, he did 2 superficial, by the by.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm going again at his throat. I'm mad.
Give me a composure occult or fortitude, whichever's higher.
Fortitude.
I'm gonna try to get that box.
Okay, he's completely grappled in the throes of that, so you can sprint by. You go waist deep in this blood splashing through to get to the base of this massive onyx statue of Set, and find the box.
I roused and got hungrier.
Okay.
3.
You take 3 aggravated. But give me your strength roll with your bite.
Okay. Protein. I'm gonna spend a will. Six.
Okay. What are you doing? We have this box.
Can I open it?
Seems locked. You can, this would be a wits occult. With that, so you bite again, just tearing another huge check from. Not really trying to drain him as much as just take
Dislocate
chunks.
his head from his body,
Yeah, just
mostly.
start ripping chunks off of him, and it's very much working. He's bleeding out, his head becoming loose. But he does grab you and starts boiling the blood inside of you. So you feel your eyes start to, your vision goes wild as your eyes start to boil. Your blood starts to leak out in certain places as it also pops. He screams out his own teeth, very serpentine and fangular like yours, and as he screams out, Fred goes limp on him as some wound opened up on Fred and snakes through the air and starts going into his mouth as he just starts draining the snake.
No.
I got a messy critical 4-5.
Okay. You trying to figure out a way to open this thing. There's some sort of ritual to it, sort of something. You mostly get there and then get frustrated and manage to break it the rest of the way, even though you're not that strong. The beast is just desperate for this. You do that. You've torn him open very badly. But as the snake is off him, he stumbles forward a little bit past you as you turn ready to pounce, give the final blow. As his blood spills out and starts tracing into one of those weird patterns that he's on, he just sinks into the floor as he screams something out. Seemingly in a language you understand as Arabic. Seems almost in this flash of blood and magic, like it's almost a teleportation circle. Seems to have sunken into the floor to safety somewhere.
But you have.
But at this point, you've opened this box where you see this large heart.
And I would know I could stake it and just hold on to it, potentially.
You've never seen this in person. You're not sure.
Like, theoretically, though, if you could stake somebody, they would just stay in torpor.
That's how it works when it's in your body.
Do we have a stake? Or is it still in
on the
him?
floor?
Did it go with him when he left?
Mina has another one on her, which now, getting your sense a little bit, looking at her as she's quickly just dissolving into just this boiling puddle of blood.
I'm touching it. I'm trying to save it. I'm crying.
It's burning your hands.
I don't
scalding.
care.
She's freaking out. She's losing her shit right now, but you have the wherewithal where you can see among her that silly costume she was wearing, what's not boiled away and destroyed by the heat. You can see another stake.
I'd just reach in and grab it.
Grab it, burning your hands as you do so. Plunge it into this heart in the box. Beats a couple times and stops. Imagine wherever he is, he's in torpor. That is a question of where he is. But where he's not is in the Hall of Crimson Doors, planning something with the Camarilla. So I will end our prologue. Mina, gone. Being boiled into a final death, into blood and ash. Mess on the floor. Not sure where to go from here, or who to turn to. Camila seems to know what's going on, at least a little bit. You can leave with her. Taking Rosalie's garden, the Puttanesca disposed of, taking it wherever it is you want to go next. You've succeeded in your mission. I'm still curious about where the hell he teleported to. Something possible, something some priests can do to make way to travel between temple and temple. But wherever he is, you've stopped him for now. And you keep this heart with you, and the stake in the heart. Until a later date. That will end our prologue in our Church of Set craziness. A little bit, that's okay. As well, it was fun. These are fun characters. I like this. So yeah, that's gonna be taking place 20-ish years before we jump into the main chronicle, seeing how Camila already involved in the church, and how Freddie takes her first steps into the church. Camila's party favorite guidance. We're gonna have another one, seeing how our Nosferatu gets involved in all of this at a later date, before bringing everyone together in a nice little Styx and Bones action.
Yeah.
Package.
That's it for us. We got other stuff going on, but we don't have time for that now. Anything else?
No.
Check the socials.
Yeah.
Check the socials. Bye.